Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop, I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peace, you gon' see the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference. I got a long ways to climb before you see a slippage. I see the process and the journey I'm supposed to be, but perplexed, cause I don't really see nobody close to me. Hopefully this ain't wasted and I know it ain't. You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience under pressure just to detonate. I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a vision and precision, I'm just trying to make it high key. Might be breaking free like I was iron in some Nikes. Tucked at the crib, bro, you know just where to find me. Making beats and spitting crack verses pretty likely. Yeah, socks with the burst, boy, I ain't changed a bit. Normal guy till I die, you know what it is. You probably thought I'd give up now that I got some kids, but really now I got these arrows aiming at your ribs. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop, I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. Hey, please be on the notice, these my motives. Bought my chicken and it's rotis. You parsimonious, you take it all cause you a locust. My focus is to grow this mission. A visionary, get a dictionary. We here off the rip and we ain't sharing, we just caring. Let me speak it to the manager. We damage her, no you ain't messing with an amateur. I'm ramming, the competition ain't standing up. They fanning from left to right cause now they branded us. Now who that is? Mike Jones, they ain't want me now, they all on me. Got counterfeits trying to play me, I guess they thinking I'm Sony. These big head dummies showing up and out of their character. Homie, you need a price cause without it the squad ain't hearing you. Top of that, we ain't fearing you. We swinging for the fences with the sting of a left hook that connects with Sonny Liston. I'm dismissing any and all of the disrespect. Nonetheless, it ain't a threat, I'm just letting y'all know who's next. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop, I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas, you gon' see the...
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the f is it? They should have had them two bells ready. Spit shine for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, though they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, don't know what is in me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in mine, yeah. Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late. Seen him down bad, now they tryna hate. Same ones try to hit me for the raise. Got a meal, now they coming with a blaze. Check the numbers, fam, I swear I'm getting paid. I'm a Don just like the Perrier. It's one time when I'm looking at a face. On the low like I'm got a check and I bought myself a place. They get some money and they blow it on bait. I don't flex, but I'm pushing all the weight. Told them all, I swear I got it's what it takes. Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it now, I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on a roll, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on a roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on a roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Mafia, I'm not going to lie, I feel like I'm sinking in my chair right now. But I think the Frankie Candles studio actually made a move to the upside here. It's pumping with Bitcoin, guys. But welcome in, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Why do I feel so weird right now? What is going on? Is this microphone? But welcome in, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for hanging out here with us on this live stream. We're going to be breaking down Bitcoin as we have gotten that continuation to the upside. Shout out to any of the Mafia that was in here last night and stuck around for the longest live stream we've ever done. It was like, I think it was like 3 hours, maybe a little over 3 hours. I wound up sticking around after the fake out. We were just chilling, hanging out with the chat, and we actually took a trade. And then we also closed the long position that we were showing yesterday for about $1,700 in profit. But we're gonna be going over Bitcoin, guys. Are we about to see a continuation up to higher prices? Could we potentially come up and attack those all-time highs? We're not that far away from those all-time highs. It's pretty funny. The bear market was in full effect, and now we're pumping. Everybody's calling for those all-time highs. Is it realistic, or are we going to see this lower high come in and a continuation of the downside? I'm going to give you guys my overall thought on where I think Bitcoin's going to go next. We'll take a look at those local time frames. We'll talk about some of the trades, and we'll 3 hours and 45 minutes to be exact. That is insane. I don't even know why we did it. I just decided, I don't know. We came on the fake out, and I was like, Mrs. Candles wasn't feeling good. She was in bed, and I was like, you know what? I don't got anywhere to be. I'm just going to hang out with the Mafia, and if I don't have any other obligations based off Mrs. Candles, the only place I need to be is with the Mafia. So shout out to everybody in here. People already taking profits on alts today. Last 4 hours equals blood. No one has confidence. Shout out to Kirk. It's actually a good point, right? Like people are, we're seeing the moves to the downside. Everybody's scared. Their altcoins pumped. They're like, I'm getting the heck out of here. But yeah, we're gonna break it all down for you guys tonight. Good sauce is made in 4 hours. Absolutely, gotta let it slow simmer sometimes. But that was fun. That was fun. Maybe we'll do some more super long streams. That was a good time. It was a little less structured. We weren't looking at all the altcoins, but we were just kind of hanging out. Like I said, we did take a trade. Let's see. I'm holding my last and Bitcoin. Shout out to Fortnite Chills. Shout out to you, bro. We got Retro Mike in the tech. Shout out to the Mafia guys. We got Drip in the chat. Let's see. We got Michael S in the chat. Kirk, what is going on? Ollie B. Shout out to Fortnite Chills. We already shouted you out. We got Valerie in the chat. We got our mods guys. We got Darren Does Things, Chemistry Bro, Rob the Crypto Snob, Tyler Durden, Crypto Billy, Crypto A9. You guys know who they are. Show them some love in the chat. Frankie working OT. Shout out to PW. Yeah, we got to do it, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I would work OT every single day if I didn't have Mrs. Candles, but sometimes you got to spend at least a couple of minutes with the girl at night. Let's see. Long from the POC 500 in profit. Shout out to Mitt. Shout out to you, bro. Let's get it, baby. I love it. Randy in the chat said, "Pamp it up, baby." Shout out to Randy. And if you guys tune into Randy's live stream that I was a guest on, she was having some technical difficulties, but we're gonna get that working again very soon. I think we're scheduled again for next week, so I'm super excited to be on Randy's show. So shout out to Randy. Show some Randy in the chat. And Randy, are you close? I think Randy's close to ellipsing another 1,000 subs. Let us know what that number is, Randy. Maybe we can get you over that hump. But yeah, shout out to Lazarus. What is going on? Retro Mike Tech said, Randy rugged Frankie. Hashtag sus. It was pretty funny. We tried twice, guys. We tried twice, but we're going to get it done. Don't you worry. But let's see. We got Mont in the chat. We got Ando Pancho said, tell Mrs. Candle she needs some extra rest tonight again. She actually still doesn't feel that great, guys. So maybe we'll go a little late. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Bearish Divergence on the 1 hour and the 15-minute on Bitcoin. Let's dump it, baby. So yeah, guys, let's go ahead and jump on in here and see if we can take a look at Bitcoin and predict the next move. So let's go ahead and jump on into the chart. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. If we get 1,000 likes on tonight's live stream, I will be giving away $150 in Solana. And also, guys, I'm going to do a special giveaway today. It's going to be some Solana. But I have a random object on my desk. This was not a setup. I actually have this from last night. I actually accidentally left this on my desk. It is a random object. I'm going to give you a clue. I'm going to give you one clue. It's in a bottle. It's in a bottle. If you can get the answer correct, if I see somebody in the chat that gets it correct, Tony, I'm gonna text you what it is. This is a random thing, guys. I just kind of like saw this on my desk and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play a little game here. Tony, I'm gonna text you what this thing is, and if anybody can guess what it is throughout the stream, let me know the first person to say it, and we'll give them some Solana. We'll send them some Solana maybe tonight. So yeah, shout out to Tony D. Let me just go ahead and text him. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts and see if we can predict this next move on Bitcoin. Let's get into it. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on in here. Let me go ahead and hide this position really quick. And let me just text Tony the answer to this question really quickly. It's a beep. What exactly is this? Okay. Guys, no one is ever going to guess this. No one is ever going to guess this. I can promise you that. But if you do, we will send you some free money. We'll send you a Benji. We'll send you a Benji, but it's going to be in the form of Solana, obviously. So let's go ahead. A boat? Shout out to Michael S. Yeah, it's a bottle of boats. Let's get it. It has to be alcohol. Shout out to Mitt. No, it is not a bottle of alcohol. Goldfish. That's not a bad guess, but not quite. Not quite. Let's see. Pistachio shells. Yo, these guesses are fire. It's pee-pee. Shout out. I don't even know who said that. It's a chair. Sony waterproof headset. That's not a bad one. Hot sauce. Ooh, I like it. That's a good guess. Mod sending the answer to Discord chat. All right, let's get it. But guys, let's go ahead and jump on in here. As we have seen Bitcoin get our rip back to the upside. Now, if you guys tuned into yesterday's live stream, you will know we were looking as we were. Let me just get our bearings here. I'm kind of tempted to just keep an eye out here to see if anybody gets this. Moss water. Shout out to Mosso. We do actually have Aztec and Cactus moss water, but it is in a can, not in a bottle. So it's still on the table here, baby. Someone's going to get it. I mean, if you guys keep it's in a bottle. It's in a bottle. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, and you do have till the end of the stream here, so you don't have to get it right this second. But as you guys know, as we've been looking at Bitcoin here, where were we? Yesterday was the 29th. 7 p.m. Yeah, so we did get this rip to the upside here, guys. And as you know, I did take that degenerate long position off the FOMC, and I did record that trade live, so I kind of walked you guys through it. It took a long time to play out, so a lot of it's fast-forwarded, but it's pretty funny, guys. A pretty funny clip. But we did come down here. We got the SFP of the lows here. Classic FOMC dump and pump here. We got the rip to the downside to wreck all those long positions, and then all those shorts piled in. Obviously, the bearish news of that rate cut pause. Everybody's like, oh my God, it's going to zero. They funnel in on those short positions at the low. We sweep that liquidity and we get the absolute rip to the upside. And I did catch that long position off the SFP. And again, maybe, just maybe, I'll give you guys a sneak peek of that. Maybe I'll give you guys a sneak peek of that video at the end of the stream. We'll see if we have time for it. But we'll also upload it to the channel. We have like 3 of them that we're gonna drop. They're pretty funny to watch. But we caught that rise to the upside, stopped out all those shorts, liquidated everybody, absolutely smashed the. Oh my God! Shout out to Golden, guys. Yo, let's go. Shout out to Golden, baby. Gifting those 50 Frankie Candles memberships. Let's get it. Shout out to Golden. If you just got a Frankie Candles membership, drop that golden emoji in the chat and show Golden some love. Thank you so much for doing that, Golden. Let's go. It's a party in the chat tonight, guys. I'm not going to lie. I feel like I'm like trying to... I gotta lower this. I gotta lower the studio here just a little bit, guys. There we go. So shout out to Golden, baby. Let's get it. Golden always showing love. Golden just landed. Obviously, we know he's in a private jet, and I'm not gonna lie, guys. We did see. He sent us a video one time, and Golden's not taking the cheap private jets, guys. He's taking the really really nice ones. So shout out to Golden, baby. Thank you so much for doing that, man. He touches down, and the first thing he does is gift the membership to the Mafia. We appreciate you so much. Let's go. Yo. Shout out to RoboBall. Said Golden PP shower. All right, let's jump in here, guys. I'm going to continue on with the TA. Shout out to Golden. Show him some love with those emojis. But we got that rip to the upside, stopping out all those short positions, guys. And we were in that long yesterday. And we let you guys decide if we should let it ride or wind up taking the profit. And we were obviously looking for that next push up into price at around $104,950, where we had this point of control. And we wound up coming up. We took a poll, and it was kind of hard to tell what the poll was. So we were letting it run. And then we went for 4 hours last night, and eventually we were waiting for it to play out. It went to break out. We pulled back, and then like literally right as we were ending the stream, right after we wound up closing out in full profit for about $1,700 on the day. Not too shabby, but we wound up right after the stream ends. Of course, guys, like there is literally something to me walking away from the charts and price moving. We ended the stream, and price ripped right up into that target, which was the POC of the range. And you guys know where price is likely to go after that. We are going to be looking for price to get above that POC and potentially get that push into where? That value area high of the range, giving you that high probability of that level getting tapped. Now, you guys will know, before we were looking at the value area high, we had another key level of resistance where we were looking for shorts, and I actually did take a stab at that short position. I actually wound up getting stopped out last night on it for a small loss. Not a big deal, but you guys know, as we were pushing up here, we were looking, obviously, not only for the POC, but we also had 2 daily naked points of control sitting here, one right on that point of control, and then we have the other daily naked point of control sitting right up here, and this was also very confluent with our golden pocket retracement when pulled from the all-time high. Whoops. When we pull it from the all-time high all the way down to the low here, you can see you have the point of control, 2 daily MPOCs, and that golden pocket giving us that key level of resistance and that area where we could potentially put in that lower high for a continuation down, and we wound up coming in there. We got a little bit of a rejection, and then I stopped out. We wound up entering that last night, I believe, during the live stream, and then I wound up getting stopped out of that trade. We pushed up into the value area high, which obviously is not unlikely, guys, right? Remember, when you're looking at these volume profiles, once you get back above that value area low, it is very, very high probability that price is going to creep back up towards that POC, and then eventually you get above that POC. The anticipation is to come up to that value area high, but we don't know, right? Like, it's definitely not impossible to not hit the value area high, although it's less probable. We don't know, right? I wanted to be in here in case we dumped overnight from that golden pocket to put in the lower high, but I just wound up getting stopped out for a small loss, and we wound up, sure enough, pushing up into that value area high. A lot of times, guys, I will just sit and mostly wait for that value area high to come in before taking the short position. But, and to be honest, we didn't really have a ton of confirmation up here. We didn't really get, we got a tiny little swing failure pattern. We didn't really have any significant bearish divergences, which was what we were looking at on this level. But I did take a small position with that tight stop loss, got stopped out. But then what happened, right? We came up to the value area high, and we wound up actually putting in those bearish divergences, higher highs on our price action here on the 1 hour with our lower highs on our momentum waves, giving you that discrepancy between your price action and your momentum, giving you the idea that you are going to correct back to the downside. And obviously, that next key level of support you would be looking at is going to be the POC in terms of the volume profile. Let me just go ahead and hide this purple box, right? So you come up to the value area high, you put in those bearish divergences, you get the push back down to the POC. And unfortunately, I did not get my entry up here, but I did enter on this retracement back to a local golden pocket. So I am actually in a short position right now. Let's see if we can pull it up here. It is basically at break even here. And I'll be honest with you guys, this is a little bit of a higher, not a higher risk, I would say lower probability of a short position, but it's over here on below fin. Yeah, basically pretty much at break even. We're not far away from the entry here, but up $200, 8%, not too shabby here. $73,000 position, and we're gonna see if we can get the pull to the downside. I'm gonna show you the reason why I did take this short. However, it's, again, I'm going to talk to you guys about why it might not be the highest probability setup, in my own personal opinion, right? But in the grand scheme of things, before we cover that super local price action, I just want to cover kind of what's going on here, guys. And again, volume profiles make things very, very clear, very, very clean. You get above the low, back to the POC, back up to the high. And if we are going to continue down here, I will just say the idea would be that we have to lose this point of control at 105,000, at about 105K. Really, it's 104,950 was really the level we were looking at. It wasn't really pulled perfectly there. But if we lose this 104,950 level, we could potentially get a bigger drop to the downside. And there are a couple, key levels that I am looking down here. But just in general, before we pull up the local levels, just in general, right, you're going to be looking to go potentially from that value area low, break below that POC, and look for the move to the get below the value area high, get below the POC, and then look for that move down towards that value area low. Am I tripping? Am I messing up the value area high, lose the POC, go to the value area low? I don't know if I butchered that or if I'm just tripping right now. We were up late last night, guys. Bear with me. But yeah, it's just I'm going to be looking at this in the context of just a typical volume profile trade. But again, I am putting a little bit lower probability on this for some very specific reasons, guys. And one of them has to do with, it's kind of just textbook, right? Like you have the Fed comes out and says they're going to pause the cuts, which is obviously bearish news, right? But what happens? You get the fake out to the downside before getting all the shorts to get wrecked. Just absolutely typical of everybody thinking like, oh my God, they're pausing the cuts. It's bearish. We're going down. Oh my God. But what happens, right? The shorts get wrecked, and we're now just fill this whole range in full. And to be honest with you guys, even if we didn't know what that news was, we would have just traded this exactly how we would any range, regardless of the news. However, when we look at this, guys, I will say this. On the daily time frame, we have our green dot now printing. Now, on top of this, not only do we have our green dot printing, and this is why I am, not going to be surprised if I get stopped out of this short position, because with this green dot printing and the 90-minute money flow now crossing over into the green, there's actually a few reasons, right? You have the daily green dot with that 90-minute money flow crossover, and we know once that 90-minute money flow crosses over into the green, typically, although you can get noise in the market, right? Obviously, you could get pullbacks here, but as long as this 90-minute money flow continues into the green with that daily green dot, we could potentially look at that as a possibility of putting in higher lows and continuing to the upside. So in the medium term, I do think there is a potential possibility, and there are some mixed signals on the chart here, guys. It's getting a little bit hard to read, but with that 90-minute money flow crossover in the daily green dot, this is definitely a possibility of getting that continuation up. But, losing this POC would give me and again, we'll bring up the local levels where I'll be looking for this short to come down to, where I could take some profit, and then, take some profit, and then if, turning it into a guaranteed winning trade, if we get stopped out, we'll get stopped out in profit. But, if this money flow stays in the green, we could look for higher lows and continuations up. Now, on top of that, guys, we also do have a bunch of liquidity sitting above these highs, right? We have the 786 Fibonacci retracement sitting above the value area high. So if we do wind up getting a move back up here, we could, but this is kind of that last level of resistance before, in my opinion, I would be looking for, not necessarily like immediately new all-time highs, but this gives us the opportunity to come up and attack that previous all-time high. And guys, above this level, we have a ton of liquidity sitting, and this liquidity actually leads up to a very pretty high target, in my opinion. Now, it doesn't guarantee we're going to shoot up there. We're actually going to be looking for shorts up here in the premium Discord, right? Because we could always take these trades, whether it's going to be a small pullback before that big move into new all-time highs, or if it's going to be the top, right? Hopefully not. But, this is really the next key level to get above 107. let's call it 107, 280, right? Get above that. That gives us the opportunity to come up and seek out this liquidity above this all-time high. And I will be honest, we have liquidity sitting above this high. We also have, we talked about this yesterday actually over these highs right here. Above equal highs, liquidity resides, right? And this is actually the liquidity that we had up here. This was part of the reason why I did take a stab at the short position, even though the SFP was not that strong. We had liquidity. We got a little swing failure pattern. I took that short, obviously got stopped out. But above these highs here, guys, above, and with the 786 sitting right on top, there is likely, and there is, if you look at the liquidation heat map, we do actually have some liquidity sitting up there, right? So if we do wiggle up here, I'm just going to, again, be looking at this as a volume profile. Maybe we get a swing failure pattern, potentially, right, of these equal highs. We'll have to see what happens. We do have that liquidity sitting above here, so we could potentially look for shorts up there. Again, it's a 786 Fibonacci retracement level, which is where we're looking for shorts oftentimes anyway. But again, not only will we be looking for shorts up there, and again, it doesn't mean I'm looking for this to go to zero, right? It could just be a little scalp position for a move down before continuing up. And based off the money flow right now on the 90-minute with the daily green dot, on top of this, guys, not only the 90-minute money flow, but we also have some of the medium hourly time frame money flow in the green now, 2-hour on top of the 3-hour, on top of the 4-hour, now coming back into the green. So we have to take that as a bullish puzzle piece. And money flow always indicates the longer-term trend, right? So again, we can see that noise, and we're going to bring up those local levels in a minute, but we could see those pullbacks. But with that money flow coming up, we could potentially see that continuation to the upside to attack these next key levels of resistance. And I'm not gonna lie, really, like, once you get up here, there's like just a ton of liquidity, like all up here. And maybe I will go ahead and let me see if I can pull up those heat maps really quickly. Bada boom. Let me get a little refresh here. But yeah, this is those are the next major key levels. Get above the 786, come up and attack those all-time highs, and then we'll see. We have to assess the situation when price gets up there, because either we can wash out those short positions, right, all that liquidity up here for a potential liquidity sweep, or it could just give us that fuel to get a massive move up into our next major targets, which I do want to go over a little bit today, because that liquidity does lead up to some pretty crazy price targets here, guys. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but it's up here. It's up here, and it could fuel that move for the bigger push up into those higher time frame Fibonacci levels. So if I bring up High Block Capital here, guys, you can see, right? Obviously, we have local liquidity sitting above here. Let me zoom in. Local liquidity sitting above 106,464. And then if I pull up, what is this? Is this the all-time high? Yeah. So if we take a look here, guys, let me zoom in here a little bit. There's a lot of liquidity sitting up here, right? Like, once you get above this all-time high, this pocket of liquidity does lead all the way up to about $116,000, $117,000. And I want to pull up the next targets that I'm looking at to the upside, and we'll see some correlation here between that liquidity. So, again, when we look for liquidity in the market, again, like, it gives us opportunities to look for those swing failure patterns, and you can see these are those equal highs right by that 786. So that's why this is going to be a big level to watch. Once we get above there and start attacking those all-time highs, I would not be surprised if we push up here and start seeing that big green candle shooting its way up through those liquidations. And the reason we see that, guys, is because when you get stopped out of a short position, right, it creates a market buy, stopped out or liquidated, right? So once you get all those stop loss and liquidation levels hit, that's what gives you that big push to the upside. That's why you say you hear people talk about how liquidity is fuel for the market, right? Because that's what gives you that push to the upside. So, because on those shorts, you have to buy back those positions. So, let me see here. Let me just, actually, let me take a look at something here. Come on. Update, baby. Update. Okay, so with that being said, we now know, right? Like, all that liquidity sitting up around $116,000 to $117,000. I want to pull some Fibonacci extensions here, guys, from the I'm going to pull it from here because this is the high of our range to the low of our range. I'm going to go ahead and pull up our extension levels, and you can see here, guys, the next key levels, we've been talking about forever here, between next local target, 112 to 113K. But remember, with all that liquidity sitting here, if I draw this as a box, you guys will kind of get an idea of, like, how much liquidity is sitting up there, right? And it kind of, again, comes all the way down to these equal highs on that 786 Fibonacci retracement. And let me just go ahead, zoom in, so we can get a better look at this, right? I'll hide a market cipher B just so we can see a little better here, right? So again, liquidity sitting above here, and then if we don't get the liquidity sweep here for a bigger move down, I think that liquidity is going to act as a magnet, very likely. And again, like, if I just mark this out, guys, there is so much liquidity sitting up there. And this, again, like, could be kind of a, that's our fuel, right? So we get up above here. If we don't get the liquidity sweep and a big dump, right, that could just push us up. All that liquidity is going to act as a magnet, and we may see that next big move to the upside, and it does come in confluence with all these Fibonacci levels, right? Starting at 113 to 116.4. We know that liquidity, and if I just mark out the liquidity above those all-time highs here, that's a lot of liquidity, guys. And obviously, we could find turbulence on top of these, under these Fibonacci extensions, right? Maybe you pull back, but for the most part, it could cause a pretty explosive move to the upside if we see all those shorts wind up getting wrecked and pushing price to the upside. And all those shorts will feel all the pain, but we'll just be sitting here watching price come up in all of its glory. So that's kind of the bullish case. And again, with the medium time frame money flow, 4-hour daily green dot, 90-minute money flow crossover, that's that market cipher B 116 strategy, which we have used so many times, almost every single day here. If you watch the channel, we use that market cipher B 116 strategy almost every day to find local moves or macro moves, depending on where that setup is. And hopefully, if you've been here for long enough, you know how high probability that strategy is. It's never going to be 100% of the time, but let's see. Shout out to Mitt said, do the whistle while pulling the price. The whistle. Do we have a whistle? Should we get a train whistle, guys? When Bitcoin starts pumping, we just blow the train whistle. That'd be hilarious. But let's see. Honey. Shout out to Aztec. Barbecue sauce. Yo, Felix, what's going on? Welcome in, bro. I smell a dump before the next high. So I'm over $5 in profit in an AVAX trade. I'm going to be rich. Shout out to Bitfrog. Let's go, baby. Let's go. But yeah, this is... So we're bullish on market cipher. Yes, on the daily and the 80-minute, I mean, honestly, as well as the medium time frame money flow, right? Like all that would point to a continuation to the upside. But again, that is not an instant signal for a Lambo candle to the upside. Until we wind up coming to play with this liquidity, that might be where the Lambo candle comes in. And we'll take a look at ETH. Love this channel. Shout out to TradeMate. Let's go, baby. A bottle of farts. Yo, you guys are crazy. Let's see. Okay, so... yeah, we'll take a look at ETH in a minute. Yo, baby oil is crazy. But yeah, let's talk about this a little bit, right? So that's kind of the longer term kind of situation that we're looking at. Oh, Nikki94 Boo guessed it. Yo, let's go. Shout out to Nikki. It was a bottle of mustard, guys. I'm not going to lie. We were working late last night on the live stream, so I just wound up making some food. I brought it up in the studio and left the mustard up here. Is this supposed to be refrigerated, right? This is probably garbage. Should we send it to Nikki94 Boo for as the prize with the Solana? So shout out to Nikki. Congratulations. It was a bottle of mustard. We don't lie here. It's right here in the flesh or in the mustard. Yo, shout out to Nikki. Let's get it, baby. Shout out to Golden Child said, yo, last night's stream was my favorite ever, I think. You got to do more live trading like that. Shout out to Golden Child. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to, I think, we might just do, it was kind of more chill, right? Like typically we do the altcoin request. We're very structured here. We do the Bitcoin TA. We jump into ETH. We jump into the high cap altcoins, and then we do the request. But we were just kind of chilling, guys. I was laid back. I was kind of chilling here. We were chatting. We were answering questions. We looked at some altcoins, but we were just chilling. We took that trade, even though we got stopped out. Are you bullish on Ondo price prediction? Shout out to the Hoover family. We'll get into that. I'll do that for you. No problemo. Shout out to the Hoover family. We'll try to do a price prediction here on Ondo, a real price prediction, right? Not like we're really bullish on Ondo. It's going to go to $1 million for no apparent reason. We'll give you the actual TA on there. So thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you so much, Hoover family. We'll take a look at Ondo, and we'll do I'll try to do a little bit of a price prediction, at least in my opinion. Ondo to $150. We'll see. No sauerkraut. Shout out to J Stacks, but. Let's dive in here, guys. That's the higher time frame kind of situation that we're looking at. Now, don't forget, we still have our main range sitting down here. So, this will only come into we're kind of I'm not really paying attention to this. Just understand this is below, guys. If we saw some kind of Darth Maul candle to the downside, we obviously have our macro range still sitting down here between 100,800, POC sitting at 97.4, and then we have the value area low sitting at 90,660. And guys, every day that goes by, I just want to show these volume profiles more. This is literally the only trading tool you need. This is the highest probability strategy I've ever used. It's insane. But be aware of that range down below, and I'll kind of talk about the context of this, the local situation here, if we get that continuation to the downside here. Now, with our local profile, obviously always in the context of volume profiles, because why the heck would we not do that, guys? That's that long position from yesterday that we took, looking for that move above the value area high, looking for that target of the POC. And again, we closed it out a little bit early. I let the Mafia kind of choose. They were like, you know what, bro, take the profit, 1,700, just take it, man. So we took it. But, obviously that POC was likely, and the value area high. And you see this, guys. guys all the time, right? Like from the high to the low, from the low to the high, from the high to the low. And we snipe most of these moves in the premium Discord between this range. This was a little bit more of a degenerate long position off the FOMC volatility. But, with that being said, same situation here, guys. Hopefully you're starting to learn here and you can kind of front run what I'm about to say. This short position, obviously, I did get in somewhere here on this little golden pocket retracement. We had some bearish confirmations on that retracement, so I took the trade. Pretty instantly was in profit there. But at the end of the day, guys, if we're looking at the terms of the volume profile, really, once we lose that POC, we're just going to be looking to come back down towards that value area low. But we do have some local levels of support down below that we could be watching here. And I want to pull some Fibonacci retracements, right? Because we have to remember, money flow coming up on the medium hourly time frames, daily green dot, etc. Everything that we just went over could be calling for another move to the upside in the medium term. But if we are able to lose that POC, guys, I'm going to be looking at some very, very specific levels. Number one, big level to look at here, in my opinion, right? Obviously, is going to be the value area low. We have a little golden pocket 786 confluence down here. But if we do wind up respecting some of these local retracement levels, this golden pocket sitting right here, let me change the settings real quick. Yeah, last night was fun, guys. We were playing music and everything. It was fun last night. It was a nice change for me, guys. I've been doing this exact stream in this exact format for 3 years. And it's a great time. I don't think we'll ever change this show, but it was fun to change it up a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I was talking to Mrs. Candles. I was like, I did something different tonight, and I kind of liked it. It was fun. But if we do continue down, lose that POC, a big level I will be looking at is at about 104.5, right? This is a local golden pocket retracement. And then we have the 786 sitting down here at about 103.940. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if we just hold this value POC and then maybe just stop out of that trade to come up and attack these levels. But if it does continue down, like I said, we'll stop out at break even here. But if it does continue down, this is going to be that kind of next target. Let me pull up that actual position here. Bada boom, right? So obviously the full idea here, if we get the full rotation, would be to come down to that value area low, but I am not going to hold this, and not take any profit on the way down, right? So we have to get those local levels, and with the idea that this might be a little bit of a lower probability trade, right? Low probability does not equal high risk, right? Because again, right now we're at break even, so if we get stopped out, it's really no loss. I'll pay some fees, right? But when you make $1,700 on that little scalp long yesterday, taking a $100, $200 loss or even a $75 loss sometimes, it's obviously keeping your winners small and your winners big and your losers small is obviously a big part of trading. But if we can get down here to that 786, this would be a pretty good first take profit for me, right? So I'm stop loss to break even. Come down here, I'll take a little bit off the table, and then if we wiggle down to that 786, I'll take a little bit more maybe, depending on what the market looks like. I don't want to. I don't want to say I'm definitely going to take profit here. It might just dump to the 786, in which case maybe I'll take profit there. But yeah, that's kind of that next local level that I'll be looking at. Golden pocket 786 coming in at about $104,000, 103,960. So that's kind of the local move here. But we got to lose that POC. And oftentimes, guys, again, the volume profiles are super high probability, right? You go from the low to the POC to the high, right? From the high to the POC, lose the POC, go to the low. But oftentimes, guys, when you have that money flow coming up, this is why I always say context is absolutely king. We have bullish market structure here locally. And then with that money flow coming up, even your 1 hour VWAP is starting to come up here. So we get that 1 hour green dot. We stay above that POC. Might just go ahead and stop out of that trade, which would make it, somewhat likely to not actually get that rotation of this volume profile in full. So that's that's why I'm saying there's a little bit maybe lower probability, just because that money flow comes up. If this green dot prints on the 1 hour, I think if we are going to get the push up, this 1 hour green dot is the thing to look at, right? So I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to set an alert here. If you guys didn't know, you can set alerts on Market Cipher B. You can see here, Market Cipher B, green dot. That's all we have to do. Why does that say possible long? Must be an old note. But there we go. Green dot 1 hour, right? So this, I'm going to get alerted here if we get that green dot, because if we're going to push, hold above that POC, get that green dot on the 1 hour, that might be where we see that push to the upside. So we'll see if that goes off. Maybe it goes off during the stream. I highly doubt it. Obviously, every time I walk away from the chart, price moves, even if it is in my favor, right? I just have to like trick the chart of not being there. We were doing it last night on the live stream when I took that trade. I was like, I'm walking away. I'm going to make some coffee, Bitcoin, and then it starts to move. It's pretty hilarious. And you'll see that if we tease that clip at the end of the stream here today, you guys will see this. I literally walk away from the chart and price rips. It's crazy. But that's kind of the idea, right? And then with that medium time frame money flow, maybe we see that continuation up. But the reason I was somewhat open to taking this trade, right, was that we had our 15-minute money flow was crossing over into the red. You can see it's starting to get turbulent here, right? But we did get that money flow crossover into the red, and we also had our 4-hour red dot printing, which it is still printing in all of its glory here. And when you get that 15-minute, 4-hour market cipher B116 strategy, you can get a little continuation to the downside, but it does look, I mean, you could even see here, we identify the lower probability trades before we even take them, right? And that's why I adjust my risk accordingly, because, you know, it's like, we got a lot of mixed signals here, guys, kind of low probability. And, you know, even though we had some confirmation here to take those trades, even into that golden pocket, we had some bearish CVD. That was what I looked at to actually take the trade. But the you already see, right? We're already back in the green here. So it's kind of choppy, kind of sketchy. And, you know, I don't know. I'm just kind of feeling a little bit more like we could get that push to the upside. But if we dump, I want to be in on that trade. But again, stop out at break even would not be that big of a deal. Very, very tiny loss. And then we could just wait for that next short position that we will be looking at in the premium Discord. So that's kind of what we're looking at here, guys. Those are the local levels of support. Let me see. Do we have any confluence anywhere down here? Got a daily level below. Tapped weekly. Just check those daily naked points and controls. Yeah, no, nothing really else underneath us. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to be looking at. We'll see if we can lose that POC. I'll even set an alert here on that POC. POC lost. All right, so that'll be our bearish alert, and then we have our bullish alert on that 1-hour green dot. And then coming up to the higher time frames, guys, the higher dailies, right? This is what we looked at on last night's live stream, saying we have that 2-day bearish divergence now confirmed, but we were looking at this VWAP ticking back to the upside, saying how beautiful it would be if we could print this green dot on the 2-day. It could get us out of that very sticky situation that is that 2-day bearish divergence. So this is very nice to see for the bulls. Now, obviously, we do still have 39 minutes to confirm this, but we got that green dot, which is more of a bullish case than anything, even though you have that 2-day bearish divergence. 3-day bear div is not printing anymore. Red dot disappeared. This could obviously pop up at any moment. Money flow still coming up a bit here. Daily money flow, again, attempting to come up. I'll be honest, guys, like there's a lot of mixed signals, right? Like this little short position, the reason I'm handling that with such care is because of these mixed signals, right? I am feeling a little pumpy here in my, you know, this is like my gut, right? Like you don't want to trade based off your gut, but just the way I assess these mixed signals, if I were to juggle up all these mixed signals, I would probably lean a little bit more towards that push to the upside. But again, if we get the dump, we're in the short position. I'm not holding any longs. The only long I was holding was yesterday from below that value area low into the POC. But you know, we did have the 3-day bearish divergence, which was not looking very good. We had the 4-day bearish divergence, which was not looking good. But you guys can see here that VWAP wound up coming up a little bit and unprinted those red dots as that 2-day green dot wound up printing. And we were looking at this saying, like, this could be our ticket out of this mess to dodge that bullet, which are those higher time frame bearish divergences, right? So if that green dot gives us that big push up, guys, these 3-day anchor waves, momentum waves will come up a lot, and it could give us, you know, we could skirt that danger just by the skin of our teeth. So yeah, and again, money flow still technically coming down here on the daily. We'll have to see how this develops. Every time we come up, we put in a lower high, which is still definitely a possibility here. Even if we come up a little bit, we could put in that lower high and then continue down, which would generally be bearish. But I am playing it level to level right now. You know, if we had a strong confirmation of a continuation in either direction, I would definitely call for it. But again, I would say I'd probably lean a little bit more towards, I don't know if it's because I'm in the short and I just kind of feel it's low probability. I'm just expecting to get stopped out. But yeah, I would not be surprised if we were able to see that. We have low time frame green dots printing as well, right? 24-minute green dot confirmed, 30-minute green dot printing. So to be honest, market cipher B is kind of chopped up right now, but we'll see. Volume profile would eventually call, even if you get noise here, right, would eventually call for the drop to the value area low. But, you know, we have to take the whole overall market context into account here. And that daily and 90-minute is looking pretty good, even if we get that, you know, even if we lose the POC. I'm not instantly going to be like definitely going to the value area low. I would be very careful here and maybe even looking for long positions on these local fib levels for the anticipation of the continuation of the money flow continuing up here. So we'll see. Yeah, I'll be honest, like VWAP coming up here, I don't even know if you're going to make it down to that golden pocket. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we can get a move here on the live stream, guys. Let's see. NS says, do you think the Asian markets will pump it since they were closed last night for Chinese New Year? Maybe. Shout out to NS. That's a plausible theory for sure. They missed out on the rally, so they're going to pump it up tonight. Let's see. Do you have any rules for pulling fixed range volume profiles? Just something that is best fit or start of a swing into a range? Yeah, there you go. Shout out to Dweb. I do typically pull it over sideways ranges on that swing into the range. So I really, the way I do this is, guys, I trade auction market theory, right? Which is essentially trading the rotation of value. And I talked about this yesterday. I actually saw an Instagram reel. Guys, I'll be honest, like, this is not that popular of a trading strategy, at least in crypto. I feel like I'm like one of the few people that talks about this in the way that I teach it, just trading auction market theory, right? And I saw an Instagram reel the other day. I think this guy was like an options trader or something, and he was getting interviewed, and they said, if there's one trade setup that you've had the most success with, what would it be? And I swear to God, this guy said this, and I was like, oh my God, he's one of us. He just goes, oh yeah, value area trades. And the guy's like, what? And he goes, yeah. He goes, just pull your, he did it based off previous day value areas. And he goes, you just look at your value area and wait till you deviate below it. Look for bullish confirmation. Once you get back into that range, you have a very high probability of rotating that range in full up to the value area high. And I talk about this literally almost every single day, right? Because the market ranges 80% of the time, guys. So, you get the most, in my opinion, you get a ton of trade opportunities. And again, it only takes a look back into this local range to see how many opportunities you have and how high probability it is. Deviate below the low, get back into the range, into the POC, into the high. Deviate above the high, into the value area, get back below, into the POC, into the low. Same thing, right? And then we deviated for a while here, right? And there was no real confirmations to take a long down here, so you just don't take it. But then eventually, you wiggle your way back up. You get a bullish confirmation here, which I will show you the trade recap at the end of this video, or at the end of this live stream. You get a little confirmation down here, back into the range, back to the POC, back to the high. This is literally the only strategy you need. And I went to the comments, guys, and there were just like a couple of people that were like, oh, he's talking about auction market theory. This guy's low-key dropping sauce. And I'm like, yo, we drop sauce every single day on this YouTube channel. And it's funny that like there's only a few people in the comments that were like, oh yeah, this guy knows the sauce. Pretty crazy. Let's see. Fresh red dot on the 4 hour. Yo, shout out to G-Dub. What is going on? Wild last couple of days. Absolutely. Yeah, we've been seeing, especially yesterday with FOMC went absolutely nuts. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. And just to say this guy, I obviously did not invent auction market theory. I just want to be clear about that. I'm not saying this guy was saying it because he learned it from me. He definitely did not. But it's just not. I don't know. It's not a popular trading strategy the way that I actually trade them, which is pretty crazy. I don't know why it's so slept on. It's insane. It's like, so I'm so passionate about talking about it, guys. It's like it blows my mind genuinely when I look at the charts and we look at this way. I love you, Frankie. Shout out to Kevin. What is going on, bro? Welcome in. I love you back, bro. I love you back. Shout out to Mitt, says, in my country, $500 is a monthly salary. I was able to make my own trade with your help to make that as a teenager. Thanks, Frankie. You're teaching those strategies. Shout out to Mitt. All you got to do, shout out to Mitt. All you got to do is apply what we teach here, guys. You can do this. I am not special, guys. I am not, I say this all the time. I'm not a math genius. This isn't like, I don't know any secret information. All you have to do is put in the work and apply what we teach here. And it's all here for free on the YouTube channel. And then obviously we have the premium Discord if you want to trade alongside us. And we teach some more advanced confirmations in there as well as far as order flow goes. But yeah, it's, most of the basics and everything you need to kind of get going here is on this YouTube channel in the beginner series for absolutely free. Always saucy in here. Shout out to Corn Dog, says, get in that premium Discord. Shout out to Corn Dog. Let's go, baby. Frankie knows the secret sauce. Secret sauce is mustard, guys. That's it. It's just mustard. Plain old ground Dijon. Stone ground Dijon. Let's get it. But yeah, that's what we're looking at here, guys. Smash that like button, guys. We got 989 people in here, 280 likes. Come on, smash it, baby. If we get 1,000 likes, which I think is possible, if we can get 1,000 likes on the live stream, we'll give away $150 in Solana. Do we have to give it away tonight? We'll just do it tonight. We won't even do it on the live stream tomorrow. Smash that like button, guys. Come on. We're at, what are we at? What did I say? 280. Let's get it to 550 in the next. By 6:30, let's get it to 550. I think we can do it. But yeah, there we go. That's what I'm going to be looking at, guys. We'll see if we can hold above that point of control and get that push up towards that value area high again. And then again, we got that liquidity up there. So we'll see what happens. And yeah, we'll see if the money flow does continue to pay us out here. It's just very hard to call the exact move, right? We can kind of whoop and then dump, put the higher low in and then continue up, or we could just eat up from here. So we'll just have to assess the price action as it develops. But that's what we're looking at, guys. We're giving it all away here for free on the Frankie Candles live stream. Let's see. Speaking of auction market theory, Cow is deviated outside its range discount. Could be a boomski. Shout out to Tamale. Shout out to Tamale. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Shout out to Michael says, Frankie, I respect the heck out of you. But brown mustard, gross. Shout out to Michael S. This is actually the only condiment that I had for my chicken tenders. It's the only thing I had. I'm actually not a huge mustard guy in general, but it's the only thing I had. I can't eat them dry. But anyway, let's continue on here. Shout out to Felix. Said, Frankie, I learned so much from you, bro. Made 120 trading volume profiles. My account size is very small, so $120 is a big win for me. Shout out to Felix. Let's go. Not only are you learning and applying here, guy, you know how the amount of money doesn't matter. If you master the techniques and you master the strategy, you could always increase your capital. So yeah, you're just looking at, if you see that $120 win as a big win, you are on the right track because you're 100% correct. Making 5% on a $100 account or a $5 account is the same thing. It's the same trades. It's the same risk management as making 5% on a $100,000 account. Chase the knowledge, chase the strategies, and mastering them, and chase mastering your psychology, and then you could always up that capital, right? You can always get a funded account, or you can, once you feel comfortable and you've been profitable for a little while, you can always, inject more capital into your account once you're more confident. So let's go, baby. Shout out to you, man. Great energy, man. Shout out to Gabriel. Thank you, bro. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like the energy. And smash the like button. We're going for 550 in 1 minute. We got 1 minute left to hit that 550. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. But let's go ahead and jump in. I do want to take a look at, am I frozen? Oh my God, I thought I was frozen for a second. Let's go ahead and jump on into Ethereum here, guys, because obviously Ethereum, if we come on over here, here we go. Ethereum. Now, I will say this, right? Everything we looked at on the live stream last night still stands true, right? Like, money flow is still in the red, right? So basically, the sentiment of last night's live stream was we have the green dots incoming, but we, as of right now, have to look at these. At least for Ethereum with the money flow crossover. Bitcoin's a little different because it's not crossing into the red yet, although it is trending down. We have to look at this as a bearish sign, right? Like in a binary fashion, this is just definitely a money flow crossover into the red. Bearish signal, but this green dot could give us a little wiggle to the upside, but you have to anticipate potential lackluster retracements to the downside. Lackluster retracements to the upside before putting in lower highs and continuing back down to lower prices, right? Which we all know, right? The key levels down below, 28.88 is that key level that we cannot lose. If we lose that, we are very likely coming down towards about 27.34 to 26.16, between 27 and 2,600 bucks, right? That's the next big level. And if we're gonna come down here or come up here, put in a lackluster low high, and then come on down and continue breaking structure to the downside, this would be technically the next major level of support if you don't hold that high volume node at 28.88. It's not impossible to bounce off that high volume node, but again, it is the danger zone. It is that danger zone because once we lose it, probably going to get that bigger drop to the downside. So be careful. But as of right now, right, like we are still sitting on top of that 786. We came down for that retracement on the 786, and we are getting that bounce from there. So technically, this is that kind of last level of resistance that you would hope that you could get that bounce off of, right? Because if I pull this real quick, come on, give me that fib, right? Pulled from the low to the high. We had our golden pocket. We were unable to hold the golden pocket. Once you lose it, you're going to be looking down towards that 786. And then this is kind of your last opportunity to put that higher low in if you're just going to continue, if you're going to just continue breaking, changing your trend and getting a bigger move up. That's kind of your last level of defense. That's why losing this level, in my opinion, if we lose this level, this value area low, sure, you could technically look for longs, but because we're losing that 786, I would be very careful because that high volume node is your last level, right? Because if you don't put the higher low in here and you come back down and break it, that kind of invalidates the idea of getting that retracement. So hopefully we don't have to see that move to the downside. And as of right now, until we lose that value area low, we don't really have to worry about it. So yeah. So now I want to go in locally here, but I just don't want you guys to lose kind of the overall sight of what we're looking at here. Money flow crossover into the red. It's exciting. We're getting the pump to the upside, but if we put that lower high in and break down again, it's not going to be that shocking based off this money flow. But we're hoping, guys, we are in a bull market. Do not forget this, right? I know everybody thinks it's a bear market when you get the big crashes to the downside, but I talk about this every day. We look at the structure, we look at the high time frames. A lot of this stuff, although not all of it, a lot of this stuff is like, I kind of laugh to myself when people are like, "Oh my God, like why is ADA getting ridiculously crushed?" And it's like, you got to take a little bit of a longer-term view here, right? Like, Cardano in the long term, right? Cardano in the grand scheme of things is very much not getting crushed, right? We had a massive move to the upside before getting a retracement, right? That is different than if you buy up here, this is an absolute bloodbath, but you should never be buying up there, right? So, we are in a bull market, right? And that's why you want to try to keep your head on your shoulders when you get these pullbacks, because the dips are for buying, right? So with that being said, right, the reason I say we're in a bull market is because it could make it somewhat high probability to get a fake out into the red before coming back into a bigger green wave. So you just have to keep that longer term context in there. But from a binary fashion, we have to, at face value, take this as a bearish signal. Now, coming down to the lower time frames, money flow on the 4-hour is attempting to come to the upside. VWAP is coming down, so you might be able to chop around a little bit here. 2-hour money flow kind of chopped up. 1-hour money flow is crossed over into the green. I actually do not hate this 1-hour time frame. Check that 16-hour green dot. Give me the 16-hour green dot. Give me the 16-hour green dot. It's confirmed. It's confirmed. It doesn't mean that it's not going to help you up, but if this was printing, not confirmed, I would look at that as a much more strong signal for a big continuation to the upside. Doesn't necessarily mean that it won't, but it just would have been a little bit of a better confirmation in my opinion. Let's see that 8-hour. 8-hour money flow continuing to the upside as well. But yeah, daily green dot printing. Again, same thing on Bitcoin, right? 90-minute money flow crossover into the green. VWAP flying to the upside. And the reason I like this 1 hour, guys, is not only the money flow, but it's also this momentum wave, right? This momentum wave looks like if we print that green dot, we may be able to put in a little bit of a bearish divergence potentially, which would call for a break of this high, right? So let's talk about some of those local levels that we have above us. And surprise, surprise, guys. We're going to be looking at the volume profile. So here we are, right? So we are potentially, let me actually pull this. I want to just see this real quick. All right, so very similar. So I'm just going to pull this kind of whole range here. So these are the local levels I would look at on Ethereum, right? We'll pull the value area. We got the high. We got the POC. We got the low. Shout out to Local 11. Thank you for the super chat, bro. I appreciate you. He says, Tia getting crushed. Yeah, Tia. Well, actually, Tia getting the bounce as well. Also, Tia, guys, if we start seeing things go exactly what we were looking at on Tia, playing with this extremely, extremely sketchy low volume gap, guys. Now we are reclaiming this weekly and daily. This could be a very, very close call for Tia, right? If we wind up coming up and everything starts pumping here and we can get back into this value area, Tia dodged an absolute bullet here. And all the well, I'll cover that in a second, but the fact that we got back above that daily and weekly on Tia is not a bad sign here. So if we can get back above this value area low, we might have dodged the bullet because we have this massive low volume gap, and we know once we break into that low volume gap, it could cause a fast drop to the downside. But even Tia here, right? Like for me personally, right? Like my average entry price, I don't know exactly what it is, but I dollar cost average inside of this range, right? As Tia was coming down, right? And we accumulated inside this range. So, my entry price is roughly going to be somewhere close to the middle of this range, which puts my Tia bag down right now about 17%, which if you have any altcoins, it's not that bad, right? Tia's really only absolutely wrecked if you're measuring from either this top, which is obviously completely smashed 80%, or this top, which is completely smashed about 50%. But again, these are never areas where you want to be accumulating coins. You do not want to be buying your altcoins as they are pumping. I say this every single day, and I know most people know this. I know it's hard to put into practice, but I mean, even for me, right? Like Tia's really not in a horrible situation for me. I'm down 17% on my bag. Now, if we lost this low volume gap, right, then it would be absolutely not a great sign, right? But for me, this is simply a deviation below that value area low. And I'm not even going to say that Tia is really necessarily fully out of the woods here yet. Just because we're getting a push to the upside does not guarantee that we're out of the woods. But we'll take a deeper look into Tia in just a second. Shout out to Local 11. Thank you for the super chat. But yeah, let's go back over to Ethereum, right? Local levels on ETH that I will be watching here locally is, look at this. Get above your value area low, flipping it to support. Money flow comes into the green on the 1 hour. If we get that 1 hour green dot, guys, we could potentially see that fill of this range into the POC, into the value area high. And again, I'll be honest, like a lot of these time frames on Market Cypher, as far as the green dots and VWAPs go, is a little bit chopped up, but money flow, 1 hour, 90 minute, 80 minute in the green with that daily green dot could indicate that the trend is likely to continue to the upside. So again, that doesn't mean we can't get pullbacks, but the overall trend is likely to continue to the upside here. And right now, if we can hold above this value area low here at about 32.31, that would be a very good sign, right? Bing bong around, hold it as support, look for the move into $3,343. Flip that, look for the push into the 33.82 level. And then at that point, once you start breaking out of here, right, obviously, if you're looking for scalp shorts, right, you could look for deviation above, bearish confirmations for little scalps back to the downside. And again, if money flow is continuing up, you would look at that as a lackluster retracement to put in higher lows and continue up. But at that point, once you start breaking out of that range, you can simply hide that volume profile and all those levels and look at this in terms of your larger volume profile, which is going to be this large range here. So you can wiggle your way up towards that POC at $3,500 where you have beautiful confluence with your spider line here. And once you get above that spider line POC, that's where we'll be looking for that push up into $3,700, 786 sitting at about 3,900. Hopefully, we could just get this and send these things out, right? Hopefully, the daily money flow on Bitcoin fakes out into the green, fakes out back into the green, right? Hopefully, the daily money flow on Ethereum fakes back out into the green here. We're in the red. Hopefully, we can just get that bull market fake out into the green here, right? So again, that's why it's important to understand where you are within a cycle. And again, we have a lot of bullish catalysts just in general as well, right? And we talk about this often, right? With the, you might be thinking to yourself, well, like they paused the cuts, right? Like this is bearish. This does not necessarily mean, you have to understand, right? Like when they cut rates, this is not an instant reaction, right? Like this takes time to affect, to like leak into the economy and affect the markets. So, you know, we do take that stuff not with a grain of salt. You have to keep it in mind, but it's not like the only it's not as plain and as cut and dry as a lot of people think, right? They think that if they say they're going to cut the rates or they're going to pause the cut, they think it's like that's going to cause the dump, right? Like, it's not always that simple. So, and I talk about this in my 2025 prediction video. If you guys haven't checked that out, go check that out. You know, I talk about this a lot. Let's see. Let's see. Isn't that a cup and handle forming on ETH? Not a huge, I am not a huge pattern guy. You could potentially, I mean, yeah, maybe you could see that as a cup and handle. I don't even know what you would, yeah, maybe something like that. Maybe, yeah, I'm not a huge pattern guy. That's the only reason I'm not saying they don't mean anything or anything like that. It's just not something I typically look at. But it could be, right? I mean, I don't know. You start looking at patterns, it's like you start to like, oh, well, is this a like inverse head and shoulders, right? Like maybe it is. I don't know, right? A little left shoulder head, right shoulder breakout, right? And these do play out, you know, I guess technically, you know, in the way they're supposed to more often than they don't. But again, this is not what moves the market. This is why I don't look at this stuff, right? Like I'll look at it and take it into consideration, but I don't trade based off of them. You know, so more often than not, like when I do look at patterns, I'll look at them on a higher time frame, right? But yeah, it's just not the way that I personally look at the market, right? Like a lot of people will say, you know, and I'm not saying that it's wrong at all, right? But like a lot of people looked at the 2021 cycle on Bitcoin as like, oh my God, this was a massive double top. Was it? I mean, yeah, sure, right? Definitely top one, top two, send it to zero, right? Was it an M formation? Sure, M down, right? But to me, right, the reason this is what I see here personally is because the market does not know about the pattern, right? The market does not move based off the pattern, right? It's really a way to describe price action. Really what happened here, you know, it's a lot more complicated than that, right? To me, right, this was your first top, right? You come down, this was really the euphoria, and this was really the peak of the bull market. You come down, and then this was a dead cat bounce. But really, how do I visualize this, or how do I look at this, the way I view the market, is this was simply a liquidity sweep, right? This was come up, everybody, it comes back up, everyone gets excited again, everyone funnels in right here thinking it's going to 100K, and then they sweep the liquidity and jump it into the bear market. And then again, I would also be looking at this as a bearish divergence, right? Because this bearish divergence isn't an arbitrary shape, right? It's not just like an arbitrary shape on the chart. It actually has logic behind it, right? This is showing you a discrepancy between your price action and your momentum and your money flow, right? You're having higher highs on price action. Price is pushing to the upside, but momentum is leaving, right? That is an actual divergence or a discrepancy between your price action and the momentum and money flow in the market. If price is going up but money is leaving, that is the discrepancy, and that's what causes an actual correction in the market. So can you view this as a double top? Could you call this a double top? Sure. But is that why price dumped? Absolutely not. It's not like the top. It was like, oh, this is the double top on Bitcoin. This is the double top. I'm going to dump it. So yeah, but again, I'm not saying you can't trade patterns. I'm not saying you can't win trading patterns. You totally can. I don't care if you trade based off what your dog tells you to do, right? If you're making money, keep doing that. I'm never going to try to force my strategies down people's throats, even though they are very high probability. If whatever you're doing is making you money, keep doing that. I recommend you don't even try other strategies. If you're making money, why would you change it, right? So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. But yeah, is it a cup and handle on Ethereum? Maybe. I just don't really pay too much attention to I'm not a pattern. I don't really pay too much attention to it. So maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Who knows? Yeah, with that being said, guys, this is what we're looking at on ETH. Let's see if that 1 hour green dot, let's see. We're going to put it on here too. We're going to set that alert here on Market Cipher B. Should we FOMO long it right now? 100x leverage. Green dot P green. Green dot 1 hour. There we go. All right, we'll see if you get it. All right, let's continue on here. ETH is in a falling wedge, not a cup and handle. Yeah, it's hard to say, right? Like it depends on the time frame, right? So yeah, maybe. I'm not 100% sure what time frame you're looking at. Actually, funny enough, I was looking at price recently. Where I don't remember what it was. I think it was Bitcoin. And I was just looking at it, right? And I just happened to see a very clear. I'm probably not going to be able to find it, but I saw a very, very, very clear rising wedge. And again, rising wedges are going to break down more than they break up, right? Like it is a statistical higher probability that they play out the way you think they will. I'm not saying they don't work at all, but again, it's just a way to describe price action. And again, I will look at it, right? I'll look at a falling wedge, right? Like you guys will see me do it here, right? Like if I see an inverse head and shoulders, like I will point out that it's an inverse head and shoulders. But it won't just be that I'm going off of, right? I'll be like, well, hey, we have a bullish divergence. Money flow is coming up. We're above the value area low. There's already a high probability. I might just use it as to give me a little bit more context or a little bit more confirmation. But I'm not making any actual decisions based off the trading pattern. I said this like probably 3 times this week. I fell into that trap when I first started trading, right? I got sold the fake dream of being able to just identify these patterns on the chart and be a profitable trader. And it didn't work for me. I know that it hasn't worked for many other people, right? I think this kind of adds to like how many people fail trading, right? They get sold, a lot of this is like they get sold a fake dream of like, oh, just memorize these patterns and you'll make $1 million. Like, should you learn trading patterns? Absolutely. I have tutorial videos on how to identify and trade trading patterns, but it's not that you should not learn them or anything like that. Oh, POC lost, baby. POC lost on Bitcoin. Oh, baby. Well, I guess she's tapped. She's not technically lost just yet, but they'll see if it push it down. But recently, I was just sitting here in the studio late at night, and I saw a rising wedge, and I'm like, wow, that's like a picture-perfect rising wedge. I think it was like on the 1 minute. I'll never be able to find it. And I was like, let me just like draw some lines here and like pretend I'm a pattern trader. And again, solely a pattern trader, right? Like if you're trading patterns alongside other things, perfect. That's great. You should add that into your analysis. I just give people a little caution on trading solely based off that. But if you're trading it profitably, please, for the love of God, keep doing that. Don't even listen to me then. But I put it on there and it was just like, oh, this looks pretty good. Like if I weren't looking at Market Cipher B, this looks like it would break down, and it just like ripped up. So it's just not enough information for me personally, right? But anyway, let's continue on. Let's see. Took me 6 years to somewhat be profitable and have actual capital. Shout out to Greg. Trading takes a long time to become profitable. It's different for everybody. For me, probably took me a little longer than it should have because I'm stubborn, right? I'm stubborn. I have to touch the hot stove and make a mistake 100 times before I learn my lesson, unfortunately. So it took me longer than most people. Shout out to James, said, Frankie the Magic Man. What is going on, baby? Yeah, welcome in, bro. Let's see. What was that noise? You're talking to aliens? Shout out to Kevin. No? What? No, not me. Where do you guys think I get the crystal ball from? But anyway, let's continue on. So Ethereum, that's what we're looking at. Watch those local levels. Like I said, let me just pull those up real quick so I can give you guys the so value area low here. The level to hold above is going to be 32.32. POC at 33.40, and then your value area high at 33.80. So you hold above this level as long as you don't lose it. Could look for that potential continuation up into the POC and value area high. If you lose it, obviously your next major key level of support is going to be the $3,000 value area low. And then hopefully we don't have to play around with that 28.88 level, which could lead us to much more downside. What did I miss? Shout out to Jay Violet. Welcome back. Shout out to Nikki94 Boo. Says, Jesse, I'm going to make it. Shout out to Nikki. Nikki, what are you going to do with all this brown mustard we're going to send you? By the way, by Solana, we meant we were going to send you brown mustard. We're going to send you like 100 bottles of brown mustard. So, and then if you want, you could sell them and then swap it out for Solana. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, let's see here. Okay, so let's move on. ETH, one-day bullish divergence, one-day falling wedge, 1 week inverse head and shoulders. Shout out to Tectonic. That is what I like to hear, right? It's like this on top of this, on top of this, on top of this, right? Like in my opinion, right? Like I wouldn't even just trade solely based off divergences alone, right? I'm a big divergence guy, but I wouldn't just trade based off that. I think they're higher probability to give you a reaction than a pattern, but like I still wouldn't trade that alone, right? You need confluence, right? You guys know I love confluence, but daily bullish divergence. I don't see the daily bull div. Yeah, I don't see the daily bull div. I don't know exactly what you're looking at. Maybe you see it on whatever you're looking at. I don't have it here on Market Cipher B, but what did I say? Weekly inverse head and shoulders. Yes, this is a much more clear pattern, right? But again, right, like this, yeah, I do see what you're talking about here. Come on. I just want to hide all the TA. Let me just hide all this dang TA. So yeah, right, like I guess you have your left shoulder, your right head, and then your right shoulder. I don't know, like, where would your neckline be on this? Yeah, I guess that would be your neckline. And then once you break out of there, bada boom. But for me, I usually look at it in the context of the volume profile, right? Hide that position, right? So at that point, when you're testing that neckline, and this is the other thing, this is why I might shove my strategies down your throat, right? But I'm never going to tell you to stop using your strategy if it's working to use mine, right? But the reason, you might look at this as a head and shoulders. You might look at this as a volume profile. So in my case, right, as you're breaking that neckline, right, what am I looking at? I'm looking at a breakout of the value area high, right? And then when you're retesting the neckline, what am I looking at? I'm just looking at retesting maybe a value area high or a key daily level or something like that. So we're all looking at the same stuff, right? All strategies, you're all looking at the same candles, the same information, whether you're looking at fair value gaps. And when I saw that Instagram reel where the guy was showing some love to the value area trades, I was like so proud. I was like, this is amazing. I love that someone else is out there talking about this. But someone in the comments was like, yeah, like whether you're looking at value areas or fair value gaps or whatever it is, it's kind of all looking at the same thing. I talk about this all the time, right? Like what might be your retest of a neckline might be my retest of a daily level or a value area high. But it's all the same stuff, right? We're all looking at the same charts, just in different perspectives. Now, obviously, some tools give you information that others don't. Some strategies give you information that others don't. But for the most part, I always talk about this ICT. Shout out to anybody. Drop an ICT in the chat if you know who I'm talking about. He's famous for inventing the I think he invented fair value gaps, maybe, I don't know, but he's like the smart money concepts guy, right? And like basically what they wait for like a break of structure, right? And then they look for a retracement into what they call a fair value gap, right? And apparently this is a very high probability strategy. I've traded this before. I've had pretty good success with it in my journey, but it does work, right? It's a profitable strategy. It's definitely an edge, right? But what would I be looking at this as? Well, I would probably be looking at this as a volume profile, a breakdown out of the profile, and then a retracement into the value area low, and what would likely be a golden pocket 786 retracement, right? So that's where I'm looking for the lower high. They're looking at a fair value gap. I'm looking at a golden pocket value area low. It's all the same thing, right? But I just prefer to look at it this way because to me, right, if I were looking for a short up in off of this move, right? Where am I looking for my short? I'm looking for my short up here at the value area high. So you could get a better entry, right? You don't have to wait for the breakdown, but you could also argue that I'm catching the reverse knife, right? And these people are waiting for the change in market structure, which could be looked at as a little bit safer, right? So to each his own, right? this worked for me. And that's why I teach it every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, let's see. Let's see. Okay, so let's continue on. Isn't it Wyckoff? Yeah, Wyckoff. Shout out to Al Jr. Yeah, I mean, you could look at it as accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's continue on. How do you know when to stop drawing the limits of your value area towards the right? I notice because I keep updating the volume profile or the value area, I never get the same value area low, value area high POC. Mimi, check out the tutorial in the beginner series. I teach you exactly how I pull these profiles. I've talked about this like a bunch of times this week, so I'm not going to spend any time doing it on the live stream, but go to the YouTube channel, Beginner Series. We have a volume profile tutorial where all those answers will get answered for you. Or all those questions will get answered for you. Does the Frankie Candles Essentials Indicator work on XAU? Yes, it'll work on anything, right? Anything with candles, it'll pretty much work on that you can pull volume on. Okay, so let's continue on. That's Ethereum. We'll see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do. You go from the value area, deviate, accumulation, back in, flip it to the low, back to the high, back to the low. Are we going to get the rotation of the value area? I'm telling you right now, guys, if we come up to this value area high in the next week or so, we're making volume profile merch. We're making profile merch, and we're gonna put it on sale. We're gonna put it on sale so everybody can rep those volume profiles, being super high probability. But anyway, let's continue on here. Let's take a look at some altcoins. Oh, I forgot to call for the altcoins. German mustard is better with hot dog. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. I bet it is. German mustard's really good. But yeah, drop those altcoins in the chat if you guys want to take a look. We'll do like 3 requests tonight, and then I will also, Bitcoin lost the POC. We did get the alert here. Yo, there she goes, baby. There she goes. Will she continue down? Will she continue down to our next fib level? Hopefully she does. Hopefully she does here, guys. We'll see. Whoops. Okay, she's at the golden pocket. Give me the 786, baby. Give me the 786. Let's pull up that position here real quick. Come on, baby. Give me that 786. Give me that local 786. 104.5. 104.5. Are you going to give it to me? Are you going to give it to me? Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. I'm taking Mrs. Candles out to dinner if we get this to play out. Come on. Up 400. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's see here. Come on, Bitcoin. Dump it. Come on, Bitcoin. All right, so let's see here. Let's see if she'll wick down to that 786, 104.5. 104.5. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. Bring me that 104.5. Bring me that 104.5. Come on. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me. Come on. Let's pull back our charts here real quick. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see here. Let's pull up that 1 minute DGen time frame. All right, let's see. Come on, push it, baby, push it. All right, nice. We did have some. Ooh, baby, come on, push it. Now we're deviating below this volume profile. You know, the volume profiles, guys, when they are going against the trade that you're in, right? Like, I want this short to continue to play out, right? But we're at a value area low, which is support, right? So wouldn't be surprised if we get a bounce here, but we did have some nice bearish CVD up here at the highs. Man, if we were watching this live, we could have called the start of that dump like as it was happening. But come on, baby, come on. Dump it. Push it down, baby. Push it down. Should we stay here on XO charts? The candles do move a little bit quicker on here. It's a little bit more aggressive. Come on. Give it to me. Give it to me. Don't bounce here. Don't bounce here now. Okay, come on. Just push it down. Come on. Don't get back into the value area. Come on. The value area can't be high probability right now. It's because it goes against our trade. We do not want it to be high probability. We want the volume profiles to fail right now. I want them to fail. Don't forget about Ondo. Shout out to Hoover. We will start with Ondo. I'll jump into XRP and Solana, and then we'll keep an eye on here. I wish I had a separate monitor that we can keep an eye on this for. Let's see. Yeah, we probably have internal. Yeah, we'll see here. Let me set an alert here just so we know if it does wind up getting the dump. Do I have to walk away from the chart? Should I walk away from the chart, guys? Because that might send Bitcoin down. Come on. All right, Bitcoin, I'm going to leave. I'm going to go make some coffee. I'm going to go make some fresh... Oh, no. Oh, no, my Aztec and Cactus Moss Water is empty. I better go get some more. I hope you don't dump down to the 786 while I'm gone. Oh, no. I'm going to leave. Oh, man, I wish that I didn't have to go get new Aztec and Cactus Moss Water. That really stinks. I hope Bitcoin doesn't dump down to the 786. All right, guys. We're going to take a look at Ondo. Real quick. We have the alert set. I don't think they know we're here. All right, let's see if we can do this. Let's see. All right, let's take a look at Ondo here. All right, I'm not here, guys. I'm not here. Don't tell Bitcoin. We're not here. All right, let's see. All right. I think if it doesn't see me, I think that's the important thing. I think I could talk normal. But let's take a look here. Okay, so Ondo getting the push up here, or got the push up into the value area low of our macro range. And you do have to realize, guys, although this is a doorway to higher prices, you heard it here first on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel, doorway to higher prices. This is the doorway to higher prices, right? But it is going to also be resistance until proven otherwise, right? Like, you can come down here, you can test it, right? But if you get bearish confirmations up here, you're likely to get a pullback and potentially a full loss of the range, right? But this is, or a full loss of the level. Do we have bearish divergences? Excuse me. Do we have bearish confirmation here? Well, you did have these bearish divergences on the 1 hour, higher highs, lower highs. Money flow tries to come out kind of flat. Take a look at the 30-minute. Money flow coming to the downside. 8-hour red dot looking to print, but money flow on these higher hourly time frames doesn't look bad. 8-hour money flow looks good, right? You can see here on the 8-hour, last time we came up to retest this value area low, money flow was in the red. That is a bad sign, right? This indicates that the trend is likely to continue down. So what would you be doing here? You'd be looking for shorts. Where would you be looking for shorts? On the value area low. If it's confluent with the 786 golden pocket, it would make it even more saucy. Would you look at that? That's where you look for the value. That's where you look for the lower high between the 786 golden pocket and where'd you get the rejection from in the lower high? Right in that zone, and you get that continuation of the downtrend, which is probable because of the money flow being in the red. The money flow indicates the overall downtrend will continue, and it did. Now, we are in a bit of a slightly different situation here, though, right? Because you did come up. You do have local bearish confirmations as far as those divergences. However, look at your money flow coming up here. This gives you the opposite of the bias here. This gives you the idea that you could potentially come down, right? It doesn't mean it can't be a painful drop, right? You can get a move down, but the idea is to put in higher lows and continue the overall trend to the downside, right? Here, money flow crossed into the red. You anticipate the downtrend to continue, but you get a pretty decent bounce. Right? But everyone's getting bullish here. If you don't know how to read the charts, if you don't understand bias, right? You are looking at this as a bounce to the upside, and you're like, oh my God, this is bullish. We're pumping, right? But as a trader, as a technical analyst, you're looking at this as like, yeah, this is a pump, but could be an area to put in a higher low. So your bias would be rejection, bigger, lower low for a break of structure to the downside, which you do get. And that money flow makes it super, super clear to see. Now, with this money flow coming up in the 8-hour, the bias would be, even if you pull back, looking for higher lows and a continuation to the upside, as long as this money flow does wind up indeed staying in the green. And then maybe you cool off a little bit, and then eventually you come in, flip it to support, and then you could look for that full fill of the range. So resistance until proven otherwise, but with that money flow, you could come up for a second attempt, flip it, and fill the range, which I would absolutely love. Obviously, this is going to be dependent on a lot of other things. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on. I'm not here. Anyway, but yeah, I guess we could show our face. We just can't show our face around Bitcoin. We could show our face here on Ondo, though. Oh God. Oh no. Sorry, Bitcoin. I'm not here, Ondo. Okay, here we are. But anyway, now the question is, if we pull back, where could we potentially pull back to? And the answer to that question, guys, is 0. I'm just kidding. So let's pull some fibs here. So I'm going to pull a couple of them. I'm going to pull this one. I'm going to pull up the 4-hour here so we can get significant swings from this high to the low. I would look. Now, you want to keep in mind you have your golden pocket here, but I like the confluence here on the value area high, 786. So I'm going to look at this as a key zone. Now, again, you could bounce at the golden pocket, but I would really like to come down and tap that 786. If you pull, yeah, like all of these you pull, right? So I would look to potentially come down here. Now, does this mean that you can't hold like one of these super hyper local fibs or maybe just creep in here now? You could, right? But, if you print that 8-hour red dot and you do wind up getting a significant pullback, right? 8-hour red dot. Here, you wound up getting a, 16% pullback. So let's see, what would 16%? Yeah, 14, 16. And then that 786 is right on your POC. Yeah, I like these levels for a potential retracement, right? So if you do wind up getting the continuation down and you don't just kind of pen it out here, rip in, and then fill the range here, if you get the bigger pullback, I would look down here as a very key level of support. Simply put, right? You also have a daily down here in confluence with your POC. If you did have to come back into this range, it's nice to have that daily sitting there as well. So, yeah, that's what I would be looking at for Ondo as far as that drop to the downside. But this is the level to break. $1.58 is your doorway to higher prices. As soon as you're able to get above here, flip it to support, I'd be looking up towards $1.71 with the eventual journey into that value area high at $1.89. Now, as far as price predictions go, and just to put this into perspective here, let me pull some macro fibs here real quick from the Impulse. Whoops. Pull this from the Impulse. Come on. Yeah, right? Like everyone's wondering why Ondo is going to 0. This is why it's important to understand how to read the charts. This will freak people out. Especially if you're buying the top, right? If you're buying on this rip to the upside, right? And you're like, oh my God, now we're getting that huge cool off. I'm down a ton of money. This is why it's so important to understand how to read the charts, right? Because if you pull back like this, sure, I'm not saying if you bought up here and endured a 49% drop to the downside, that is not painful. It is painful, right? But it does not mean that this altcoin is ishing the bed, as they say, right? Because this would be a key level to look at to put in a higher low and continue up. This is why you want to be able to zoom out on the charts. You have to have, you got to get off the 5 minute if you're worried about a lot of these coins, right? Now, again, doesn't mean that there's not coins out there that I'd be worried about, right? But, for something like this, you'd be looking at this from a high time frame perspective and being like, well, hey, if we're going to come down and cool off, like I can't buy up here. Me personally, my rules do not allow me to buy on these big rips up. So I have to wait for a retracement. And when I come to the charts, I come to a high time frame, I pull those Fibonacci retracements and I say, where am I by the dip scenarios? And a lot of times they're going to be on those golden pocket 786s because this is the area where it's high probability to put in a higher low and give you the best probability of coming up and breaking structure to the upside once again. Doesn't guarantee it, but it gives you a little bit of context to be like, and because what happens is people will buy up here, they endure a 50% dump, and then they sell, and then they're literally selling into what they don't realize is a very, very good place to buy a dip, right? Doesn't mean you can't continue down to the 786, but again, you have to do more analysis than that. You have to understand money flow. You have to understand all this different stuff. But as far as market structure goes, nice bounce off the golden pocket. Money flow coming up on a lot of these medium time frames. We'll see if we can creep up into that volume profile and get the continuation up. As far as the price prediction, Ondo price prediction, Frankie, where's this thing going in 2025? We see a massive alt season come in finally. And again, it's like really funny. People are calling like no alt season. Now everyone's waiting for alt season. Super funny. But the emotions of the market are super, super intense, especially during a bull market. But let me see some key levels, right? So we had this target hit here at about 209. I'd be looking for the next major target if you make new all-time highs to come up in here. Come up in here, work into this extension level between 273 and 307. Smash that like button, guys. I don't know where we're at, but smash it. We're going for 1,000 likes. We will be giving away $150 in Solana if we can get there. 1,000 likes. Come on, smash it, Mafia. Smash it, Mafia. I know we can do it. But yeah, that would be the next major target in my opinion. And then if you break above that, 406 could be in the cards. Could be in the cards. And that's kind of what I would look at. I'm a technical analyst, right? I have to assess the situation as it develops, right? So those are the next targets. Could we look at higher targets potentially? Yes. But let's work our way into these major targets first. Very likely, if this thing starts ripping, we're going to get hung up on one of these levels and be able to reassess the situation, potentially pull more Fibonacci extensions and find those next targets. Let me see. Let me just see something here. Pull from the high, grab that wick low. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely what I would look at. Like, these would be the next targets. So from where we are right now, it's about 150% to the upside. And then once we make that next move, develop some structure here, we can pull some new targets to the upside. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. Bada, thank you, Rob the Crypto Stomp. I appreciate you, bro, for the alt list. I'm not going to put you in timeout because I almost did it again. Replace pinned message. There we go. Shout out to Bailder. Frankie, why don't you ever do Solana? We do Solana every single day, and we will do it today as well. Solana is actually one coin that we do look out at on every single live stream. But I will take a look at Solana. I just wanted to jump into Ondo here real quick. But yeah, maybe we'll actually do maybe we'll do Solana now. It's about time for Solana. It's about is it? Yeah, it's Solana o'clock here. Let's go. Let's get it, baby. If you're not here for the corny jokes, guys, what the heck are you here for? You can't be here for Fire TA, right? I don't know. Anyway, let's see here. Bada boom, bada bing. Solana to zero, honestly. I mean, this looks... No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's see. Let's pull up the daily. So, daily green dot incoming. Money flow coming out. Daily green dot incoming, though, right? So, the one thing I like about this, right, if I was not looking at money flow, let's pretend that I never use Market Cipher B, right? Let's say I only use the RSI. Right? I would be looking at this as a potential incoming bearish divergence forming, right? Meaning you come up, put a lower high in on your RSI with a break of structure to the upside, putting in a higher high, right? This is a bearish signal once you get to the target, but up until then, it could help you front run a break of structure to the upside. Now, again, we have money flow coming out on the daily, which is oftentimes very accurate and would change my bias there just a little bit. But if I were looking at this straight from a divergence and RSI perspective, could potentially get that bearish divergence, which would call for a break of structure to the upside, which would call for a pump ski. Now, if that green dot prints, and again, it's not the most beautiful, if I'm being honest. I've seen prettier front-ran bearish divergence setups like that. But take a look at the two-day green dot. incoming here with that VWAP coming up. We got about 2 days for our next candle, but if we can get that 2-day green dot like we did on Bitcoin, maybe Solana just lags behind on those signals. Now we are coming into our next key level of resistance. As you guys know, as we were wiggling around here, your next key level of support was this golden pocket POC. And until we get above this 786, I am going to say that this POC is still in the cards. Now, as far as medium time frame money flow, 2 hour chopped up, 1 hour chopped up, 3 hour chopped up, 4 hour money flow coming back in here. 4 hour red dot is printing. So it is, market size. It's a little chopped up here locally, but, in terms of the volume profile, our next key level of resistance, golden pocket value area high and the 786, this zone right here, even if we were to push up in here, could give us another pullback into that POC. So if you do come up and you do get the rejection, this is still a key level. And I'll be honest, I don't love that this was not tapped. I do not love that this was not tapped. I would have really liked to see this tapped. Especially because the golden pocket is down there as well. Doesn't guarantee you come down there. So this is a little choppy. I would pay more attention to the key levels. If we wiggle up here based off the, see, what's that 30-minute money flow? Yeah, it's really choppy here. 45-minute money flow came up. Now it's tanking. Ugh. Yeah, oh, God, the money flow. What is Solana doing here? So I would just say this, right? Like, these are still your key levels. 217 to 212 is your key level of support. If we came down there, I would for sure be looking for some kind of a bounce here, right? Especially if you get bullish confirmations, it could be a big one because it's a macro golden pocket and the PLC confluence. Now, if you come up first, I'd be careful here for bearish confirmations, especially if you don't hit that PLC first. You might want to go down there. But once you crack this 786, that's really your doorway to get a bigger move up. So that's pretty much what I've looked at. This is the same thing that we've been looking at on Solana for quite some time. Honestly, it's basically been going sideways. But frankly, we just got a big pump. Well, that big pump was pretty much just a sideways. Just a little sideways range. So yeah, this is super speculative. Don't take this as like a trade setup or anything, but if we do come down to that value area low, deviate into that golden pocket, reclaim, maybe something like that. This is just how I would view the market right now. So yeah, local level here on this volume profile. If you do get another pullback, lose this POC at 235. I think at 225 is likely. And then if you deviate below, this is nice backup support to look for bullish confirmations to get back into the range and maybe get that move out. But in general, longer time frame, higher time frame, I should say, this is still your key ranges. You could screenshot these levels, get them on your chart, get those ranges up there, and start using these volume profile sauce. Massive bounce incoming. Shout out to Thomas for Solana specifically? Question mark. Let's see. Shout out to Michael says, what does he mean by there's lots of liquidity sitting up there? Shout out to Michael. We are basically just referring to stop losses and liquidation levels sitting above a high or a low. I went over this recently, so I'm not going to cover it live right now, but we do have a video, I believe in the beginner series, that goes over swing failure patterns, which is what we use liquidity. We use liquidity to find swing failure patterns. Go check out that video. I explain it in full. And I actually might make a liquidity video. I might make a video. I might mention SFPs, but I will just cover more of the idea of liquidity and how it works so you guys can get a better understanding of what we mean and answer your question. So hopefully that'll help. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay, so let's continue on. There is Solana. Let's go ahead and check in on BTC dumping down. All right. We're gonna check back in on Bitcoin here real quick, guys. Shh. Okay, guys. I think we might be good here. Come on, give us the 786. Give us the 786. Up 530. Up 530. Don't make me call Satoshi. I had to call Satoshi for my long yesterday. It wound up working. Perks of knowing Satoshi, but come on. Push in to the 786. Give me the dang 786 here. Come on, guys. Let's get that 786. Wouldn't it just be so sensual if we get that 786? Come on. Shout out to Crypto Monkey. Said the return Frankie ASMR return. Let's go. Give me some hope to the upside, Frankie. Shout out to Massey. I'll be honest. If this gives you a little bit of hope, oh, come on, give us the 786. Give us the 786. If it gives you any hope, I will say this. I kind of thought that maybe there was a higher probability of getting stopped out of the short position, but come on, give us the 786. Give us the 786 here. Come on. Give it to us. Come on. 104, 540. 104, 540. Come on. Give it to me. Give it to me. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Do it. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Come on, Bitcoin. That's it. I'm showing face. I'm showing face. Come on, Bitcoin. You could do it. I will call your dad. I will call your dad, Bitcoin. I have Satoshi on speed dial. Do not make me do it. I will do it. I will do it. I swear I'll do it. I swear I'll do it, Bitcoin. You dump down to that 786. You do it. I'm getting the phone. I'm getting the phone. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Is this the only Candles channel? Shout out to Frankie Coaster. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. Let's get it. Let's get it. Come on. Come on, Bitcoin. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to dial. I'm about to dial. Don't make me do it, Bitcoin. She's just messing with you. I know. She's trolling us, but I will call her dad. I will call her dad. If your dad only knew you were up late at night giving a little bounce on the 1 minute, he would be very upset, Bitcoin. Do not make me call him. I want to be cool. Oh, no, she's putting in a 1 minute bullish divergence, guys. Roll it back. 100x long. We're bouncing to 1 million. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on. I don't want to call your dad. Don't make me call your dad. I don't want to be that guy. 4-hour red dot confirmed. 5-hour red dot confirmed. 6-hour red dot printing. 8-hour red dot printing. Almost looking to print. Money flow coming on the 30 minute. Just give us the 786. Don't make us wait. Don't make us wait. This is actually why, guys, I like these pre-recorded trade clips because a lot of times Bitcoin will do this. Even if we're going to hit the 786, a lot of times it's going to do this for like 45 minutes, right? And I can't fast forward on the live streams, unfortunately. But yeah, that was just like kind of a, come on, Bitcoin. You can do it. I know you can do it. Come on. 104.5. Just give it to us. Don't you bounce. Got that 1 minute bull div. So might have to wait a little bit. Might have to wait. Might have to wait for that bull div to play out. If it front runs this 786, guys, I will lose my mind. I will lose my mind. Just give it to us. Just give it to us, Bitcoin. Come on. 104.5. 104.5. Come on. Just give it to us. Come on, Bitcoin. Are we going to have to play some music, guys? Should we start pumping it? Should we start pumping it? Come on. Give it to us. 550. Up 550. Come on. Give it to us. Europe is right. BTC is way too volatile for a strategic reserve asset. Yeah. Shout out to Sash. You should see the altcoins. You should see Trump coin. Pump song. Yeah. No. We don't want the pump song. We want the dump song. We want the dump song, guys. Should we play the dump song? Oh, come on. Give it to us. Give it to us. Are we gonna come on? Give it to us, Bitcoin. You can do it. Come on. It's rarely a quick straight line to where you expect. Absolutely. Shout out to Crypto Crabman. Unless I go get coffee. If I go to get coffee, I promise you it will literally dump right down to the price. Right down to our level. Come on. 104.5 on Bybit 10 minutes ago. Yikes. I hope it didn't just get front run on. Oh, no. This is the Blowfriend chart, but on Bybit, I'm looking at that on. Am I in a long or a short? Crypto King, I am in a short right now. Shorting it from 105.4. Looking to hit this target down here. Come on, do it, Bitcoin. All right. You know what? We're gonna pull up. Hang on. Let me pull up my face cam really quick here while I pull something up. I just don't want to leak any secret information. All right, we can pull it back up. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go, baby. Let's get it. There it is, baby. There it is. Come on. I knew it. Listen, you just got to hold the phone in your hands to scare Bitcoin. There we go. We just wanted to pull up that dump song, and that's all we had to do to get Bitcoin to dump. Let's go. We didn't even have to play it, guys. We just had to tease it. Let's go. Darren says BTC to retest the break, retest the pattern break. Shout out to Darren. Well, there we go. Hopefully that pattern break was the 786. So there we go, guys. There we go. I'm all about the hodl life. Shout out to Wick 589. Let's go. Oh, is this a hang on, let me just hang on. Wick, I'm coming back to the super chat here. We did it live to the 786. Threatened to call Bitcoin's mom or Bitcoin's dad. And yeah, let's go. There we go. All right, let's see if we can get some other targets here real quick. Let's get this off the chart. Are we going to get the hard bounce? Let's take a look. Yeah, I will be honest here. I don't know. Come on. Yeah, 45-minute green dot was printing, which gave me a little bit sketched out there at the high. I mean, at the entry. But it just got rejected at the 0 line. 4-hour red dot confirmed. So the 15-minute money flow wound up coming back into the red here. This was the one thing, right? That this was basically based off of, guys, if you want to know how I actually entered this trade. Now, again, this isn't going to be the case for every single trade you enter. But as we came down, right, let me walk you guys through this. It's going to be extremely, extremely valuable for a lot of people, especially if you want to trade. The reason I entered this trade, right, very simply, we got the drop to the downside, and although we had confirmation here, I basically just missed my entry here at the top, but I waited for the drop to the downside. I did not FOMO short. But what I did was wait for the retracement into the area, right? And this is why I like to show this live. This is a real trade that I took actually off these confirmations, right? We don't just make this stuff up. We get the retracement. I sit on my hands. We get the retracement to the upside. But with the 15-minute money flow coming out with the 4-hour red dot, which is that market cipher B 1/16 strategy, I was having the bias that we would continue to the downside. But I don't want to enter at the bottom. I want to wait for a retracement to get a push into that 786 golden pocket. Why? Because that is the area where we are likely to put in a lower high and continue the downtrend to lower prices, right? We're looking for the lower high to come in here, right? You have your high, your low, your lower high, and then you're looking for the lower low. Now, we come up in here. I looked for bearish CVD here. I'm not going to explain exactly what bearish CVD is or how to find it. We have tutorials on the channel that go over it from a general sense, but we come up in here. I came to the lower time frames. We had some bearish CVD forming at that golden pocket 786 zone. That is what caused me, as we were breaking down, to enter that aggressive short position with the target of coming down to the golden pocket and the 786. And here we are, potentially. Is she going to give us more? Oh, Bitcoin, did we scare you enough? I doubt it. We got the 1-minute green dot. Technical bullish divergence forming here on the 1 minute. Not that I think that'll rip us to the upside, but it could give us a local bounce. But that was the idea. And then we also had that, again, that 15-minute money flow crossover, which was happening right here. Right? Saw that money flow coming out, had the bearish CVD at the highs. I entered aggressively. Money flow came out, got the instant dump, was instantly in profit. Then we wiggled around a little bit, came up, and money flow faked out into the green. This is why trading is hard, guys. You see that money flow crossover, and I said in the beginning of the stream, I don't know, guys, money flow came back into the green. It might get stopped out, right? Like, you got to read the charts, but what happens? 4-hour red dot decided to suck that money flow back down. Money flow crosses over once again, and we get that continuation to the downside. Pretty nice to see that. Now, if we do continue down, just to bring up our next key level of support, could be looking at this local 786 to the downside. Let me pull up some key levels here real quick. Let's take a look at that daily, the weekly. Boom. Okay, so we don't really have... All right. So, again, generally, right, if we were to hold this, right, if we are going to get that full continuation to the downside here, right, we do have this golden pocket. I mean, this would be kind of the final target. Again, based off the medium time frame money flow, I don't know how likely it is to come all the way down here and fill the range. But, if we were, that would be a longer-term target to get a move down there. But... as of right now, I am being careful around these Fibonacci retracements because, again, medium time frame money flow is coming to the upside. It is coming to the upside. On the 4-hour, 3-hour, right, 3-hour money flow coming up, 4-hour money flow coming up, right, that red dot printed. So what do I always say, guys? Green and red dots indicate the noise in the market, the ebbs and the flows, right? Money flow indicates the overall trend. But luckily, we can make money on these little ebbs and flows, right? So with money flow coming up, indicating what? The trend is likely to continue to the upside, but when you have a red dot, you're expecting a push to the downside, right? Which you can scalp, right? Which we are right now, right? Up 672, almost $700 here on that little scalp. But you could scalp these little moves in the market, right? This is why you don't need to catch every single move. This is why I don't trip when I miss trades, right? Like if I caught this long, if I missed the original short, but that's okay. I wait for the retracement. You can make a quick $700 here. However, when you look at this, the red dot indicates a pullback, but I have to anticipate this based off money flow coming up, indicating the trend is going to continue to the upside. I have to be careful of areas where we are likely to put in higher lows and continue up. And this local golden pocket that we just came down to is pretty hyper local. So, could we put the higher low in there? Yeah, potentially. Should we just, we hit the 786. Should we just scalp this thing? Should we do it? Should we do it? Yeah, got low time frame green dots, but hopefully that makes sense, right? Because I always say this, right? I talk about this every single day. Money flow coming out indicates the overall trend will continue down, But if you get a green dot, or I'll do an uptrend, right? So if price is coming up, right, money flow is crossing into the green, you're looking for a continuation of the uptrend. But that doesn't mean that a red dot can't give you a pullback. All I'm looking to do here is scout that little downtrend, that little push down before putting in a higher low and continuing up, right? So I could short Bitcoin while I'm actually bullish on Bitcoin, if that makes sense. So there you go. Glad that happened live so you guys can learn a little bit about exactly what I look for, right? We don't gatekeep here. We don't gatekeep here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. Let me pull up the... Let's take a look here. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we get the little bounce here. 3-minute money flow in the red. Yeah, 12-minute money flow in the red. 24-minute money flow coming out. Where's that 8-hour red dot at? Is that 8-hour red dot coming in? Come on, baby. Give me that 8-hour red dot. If we get that 8-hour red dot, you could continue back down to some of these lower levels here. Maybe 103.4, 103.350. But again, it could take time, right? I'm not saying that's going to happen on the live stream. Could kind of bing bong around before we get down there. Still have to wait for that red dot to print locally. Yes, green dot. Let's see here. I don't typically look at, I only look at TPO on the 30-minute chart, but this does give you nice little ranges to look at. So I will say this, yeah, you don't really have confluence there. Just bear with me here, guys, while I'm just all right, take out some longs. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. Nope, there goes that push to the upside. Into the value area high. Will she pop up? Might have a little, we got a little gap here. Might be able to fly through that. Or will she reject the value area high? Did Frankie just say 200x short? Yo, shout out to the Cryptic Crabman. No. Do it. Shout out to Hack. Should we long it? Let's see. What does scalp mean in this context? So scalp just means like when I refer to scalp, right? Scalps are just like, typically a scalp trade is based off of a very, very, typically like if you're in a scalp, you're taking multiple trades within a day, right? You're in and out of multiple trades a day. So that's basically what that means, right? Day trades, you're in about a trade a day, right? Scalps, you could be in multiple in and out. You could be in 5 trades in 2 hours, right? 5 trades in 1 hour. You're just like trying to scalp the little moves in the market. But we'll see here. I'm going to go ahead and take a long. We'll see if we can get a little push to the upside. We got some green dots printing here. Bada boom. Yeah, we got that 1-minute bull div. Again, I don't know how much I'm expecting this to come up, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, I don't know how much we're going to get this push up, right? Obviously. Yeah, I don't know. 1 hour. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Because if we get these medium time frame, yeah, I don't know, money flow coming out. If we get that 8-hour red dot, I'm going to hold the short, right? I'm going to hold the short with stop loss to break even, and I'll take the long, right? So we're kind of covered here. Because I'll be honest, with that 8-hour red dot incoming, I wouldn't be surprised that this little bounce is just a slight retracement to potentially continue after you get that 8-hour red dot for a bigger push to the downside. So I'm going to hold that short risk-free, right? I'll actually move that stop loss into profit just a little bit. Not that it's gonna make much money. Yeah, it's like I don't really have many places I can put this in profit because it's like. Yeah, I'll move this down a little bit so I don't have to pay the fees, right? I'll actually just make some money, 216. I kind of consider that like a break-even trade. That's not really a big deal for my account, but really what I want to protect against is a potentially like big move to the upside in case I am right and we're just going to get this little push to the downside and then that short's going to stop out and give us the really, really big move up to come grab all that liquidity above. But if we stop out, quick $250, I am sitting in the long here over on FOMC. So we'll see if we get that to play out. But again, money flow coming out. This is why I want to hold this short position, because if this 24-minute money flow crosses into the red, just like I looked for that 15-minute red dot and the 4-hour money flow, the 15-minute money flow crossover into the red with the 4-hour red dot, this is what gave me the idea that we could get the push down locally. But if we get that 24-minute with the 8-hour red dot, that could give us a much, much, much bigger move to the downside. So I'm going to go ahead and hold a portion of that trade. And then there we go. Long position here on FOMC. See if we can pump it to the upside up about 150. See what happens here. We'll see what happens. Bada boom. All right, let's see. What would Wales do? Shout out to Wick589. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me catch that super chat by Wick. I missed that, brother. I missed a couple of them. Shout out to hang on here, guys. I missed a couple super chats here. Bada boom. Shout out to Randy. Shout out to Randy. Said, I love the CandleMafia to the moon. Shout out to Randy. Thank you for being here. And thank you for that super chat. I'm sorry I missed it. Nikki94 Boo guessed that we had mustard on our desk. So she's getting some free Solana. And shout out to Nikki94 Boo. And shout out to Nikki. I don't know if you're he or she. I hopefully I don't butcher that. I don't know. I have a sister named Nicole that we call Nikki. So I just always think of that. But anyway, shout out to the Hoover Family Center. We bullish on Ando. We did that. Hopefully that helps you out Hoover Family. Tia getting crushed. Shout out to Local 11. We got Wick589 said, I'm all about the hodl life. Hold on for dear life. Holding on for which dear? Holding on for which dear? Well, of course, hold for your wife. Keep wifey happy. Reduce material strife. That's why I'm about that hodl life. HOD. Shout out to Wick589, the most famous poet in the world, guys. Wick589 does not like to talk about this, but he is a world-renowned poet. He's a very humble guy. He's a very humble guy. He doesn't like to say it. But Wick, we know how famous you are, bro. I saw you in the New York Times, even though I don't live in New York anymore. But shout out to you, man. Shout out to Wick. Thank you for the super chat, and thank you for blessing the Mafia with that. Thank you for blessing the Mafia with that poem. And we are lucky. He doesn't charge us for those poems. So thank you, Wick. We appreciate you. All right, let's see. We pump it to 110K on the show. Shout out to Fortnite Chills. Oh, God, guys. These trades are about to go bad. I just spilled money everywhere. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, God. All right. Let's continue on here. Let's continue on. Yo, Wick said, oh, dang, Frankie, don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. He said, I told you he's humble, guys. I told you he's humble. But let's continue on. All right, let's see. Upstate New York. Shout out to Joe. No, I was actually... I was out closer to the city. I didn't live in the city. I was right outside the city. Love your stuff lately. You're a beast after 9 p.m. Shout out to Wick589. Don't make me do it, guys. I will do it. I'm going to say it. I don't care that you broke your elbow. Anyway, let's continue on here. Will she stay under the POC or will she break out, guys? I don't know. What the heck do I know? I'm just some crazy guy screaming on YouTube. Let's see. I'm in Howard Beach. Hey, shout out to Howard Beach. That's yeah, a lot of the CandleMafia is out from Howard Beach. Shout out to CJ. Let's go. Actually, I have a friend that lives out in Howard Beach. Good guy. He actually helped us out with some stuff on the channel at one time. Let's see. I miss Vine. Shout out to Wick. Are you talking about the coin, or are you talking about the meme coin Vine, or are you talking about Vine, the thing that the meme coin's made after? Howard Beach gang, yo, shout out to Pearls. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Do I need a wallet for TradingView trading? Anyone? Shout out to Genius. Do you need a wallet for trading on TradingView? No, I don't know if I understand that question 100%. If you want to trade on TradingView, you just have to connect your exchange. They support a ton of different exchange. I think FEMEX is supported. I don't know exactly everything that's supported, but they support a ton of exchanges. But if you're talking about where I'm trading, one trade is on Blowfin, one trade is on FEMEX. If you guys want to sign up for either exchanges, you can check. FEMEX is on TradingView. I use it every day. Shout out to DMB Smurf. Let's go, baby. Let's go. And you don't need a wallet for that. But yeah, if you want to sign up for Blowfin or FEMEX, you can check the links in the description down below. It'll also get you free access to the dining room if you want to get a little bit of a taste of what we do in the premium Discord. It's kind of like a free trial. Go to the free Discord to check that out and use the descriptions down. Use the links in the description down below to get the exchanges. Let's see. Trading on TradingView is too much effort. I just trade on the exchanges. Yeah, me too. Me too, Ken, bro. Me too. FEMEX is supported, yeah. All right, let's see. The Venmo founder. Oh, I saw that. People were anticipating the Venmo founder to make a meme coin, and they were all waiting. Dang. What is it called? Is it just called Venmo? Is it just called Venmo? Please, for the love of God. Oh, no, it's Venom. Venmo. No, it's just Venom. Yeah, I don't know. It might not have a TradingView chart just yet. But yeah, let me continue on these altcoins, guys. We'll keep an eye here on the trades. Yeah, kind of in a cushy position here. I will both trades in profit. I'll stop out of this stop either out of the long or the short, and we'll let the winner run here. I wish we got a little bit of a bigger drop down before I took the long. That was really more for content. But if we got a bigger drop down, I'd be willing to. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Inverse head and shoulders on the Bitcoin 1 minute. Inverse head and shoulders on the Bitcoin 1. Oh my God, guys, it's going to 100K. I always say 100K, even though we're at 104. Oh my God, we're going up, guys. We're going up. We're going up. We're gonna make $1 billion. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Sui, how's Butthole doing today? Shout out to Random. Yeah, I said, as you guys know, I'm sure somebody clipped it. I am bullish on. Yeah, I mean, I'm technically at work right now, guys. I like to keep the family friendly here, but I mean, I don't know. B-hole. I guess we call it B-hole, but Butthole is the new meme coin, guys. Butthole is the meme. I do not own this, full disclosure. Oh wow, look at that. We're back in our volume profile. We looked at this last night, and I'm bullish on the idea of Butthole coin, or actually, wait, where were we looking at this last night? This is yesterday was the 29th. Yeah, so we got the full fill of the range. Oh, yeah, this was respected perfectly. So we were kind of hanging out up here. Oh, no, yeah, I guess we were just kind of chilling around here. Nice. But anyway, I'm bullish on the idea of Butthole coin only because I was looking at their like description or whatever, and it was like you can't have fart without butthole, right? I can't believe this is my job. But I'm literally talking about financial assets. I don't know if I call them assets, but assets. Anyway, yeah, this is, the long's starting to pump. Long's starting to pump. Come on, push it, baby, push it. But here's the thing. It's kind of like fart coin rips, right? And that makes a lot of sense, right? It's the most simple thing ever. Hey, that's for after hours. Shout out to Ken, bro. You're dang right, bro. You are actually right. Just keep your COQ away. Shout out to 38. Oh, God. Oh, no. The chat's absolutely cooked now. Oh, God. But fart coin rip, that makes sense. It's the most simple child humor ever, right? What better a company to fart coin than Butthole coin? I don't know, guys. So many people have made jokes about, like, before Butthole was an actual coin. So many people have made jokes like, oh, all these crypto guys just become millionaires off dang Butthole coin, and now it's a reality. Now it's a reality. Sounds like some sort of titty coin. Oh my God, what are we gonna do, guys? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Don't fade Bitcoin in a bull market, trade made, baby. Let's go. But anyway, let's continue on here. I'm not going to do any TA here. I mean, if you really want some TA on Butthole coin, here we go. Value area high, 0.54. POC just got tapped at 0.046. Value area low at 0.027, right? So this would be the range I'd be looking at. Money flow coming up on the 4 hour. So maybe we get a little pullback. Maybe we get a little pullback, and then you can long that sucker back up. If we lose the POC, could potentially put a higher low in here and break out with that money flow. See if that green dot's printing. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with B-hole coin, guys. We'll see what happens. I thought people would love Modang forever, but apparently not. Shout out to Wig 589. I actually don't know a lot. About Modang. They should open up staking jars. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, let's continue on here and take a look at Trump. Speaking of meme coins, let's take a quick look at Trump. We will take a look at Sui. I saw some people shouting out Sui. Frankie After Dark has started, guys. Frankie After Dark has started. How we doing on time here? Oh, we're already at 2 hours, guys. Are we going to go over? We're going to go over again. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to say it. I don't care that you broke your elbow, guys. We're going to have to we'll call Satoshi in a minute and see if we can pump this thing back up. But let's go ahead and check out Trump coin. Man, she didn't catch the. Where's our actual? I think we were looking at the MEXC chart. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I mean, hey guys. Speaking of not fading stuff, one thing you do not want to fade is the dang volume profile. These are oh man. Shout out to the volume profiles. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out to George. I can't say that one live. Pengu, we could take a look at Pengu. I like Pengu. Let's see. Okay, let's continue on. So on Trump, right? We came down. We were looking for a move into the POC. We got a bounce, deviation, back into the high, right? And this is why we love trading these strategies, guys. You got the rejection on the high, back to the POC, lose the POC, where do you go? Right to the value area low. So you hold the value area low, you get the bounce, you go back to the POC, flip the POC to support, and then you get the move up to the value area high, deviation, back in, bearish retest, back to the POC. You cannot make this up, guys. Wiggle around, and now we are losing that POC. Are we going to be able to make it to the value area low? I sure hope so. Only for the sake of the volume profiles playing out in full. Do I own Trump coin? No. Would I own Trump coin? Potentially, and it might only be because the chart actually looks like his face. Pretty crazy. There's his funky hair, his nose, his lips, his chin, and then whatever this is, right? His suit. It is actually pretty crazy how much this looks like Trump. Pretty insane. I forgot who pointed this out. I might be drawing it wrong too, but pretty crazy. If you look at this on your phone and you turn it sideways, it totally looks like Trump. That's insane. But anyway, key level to the downside, very clear, right? Again, all you have to do is look at this volume profile. 2461 is a key level of support. If we came down there, I would potentially be looking for a pick up on Trump coin. I mean, not that this is a horrible place, but who knows, right? Obviously, invest in memes at your own risk. They're super, super risky. But yeah, those are the key levels I'd be looking at. Not too shabby. Could be looking at this potentially some kind of a triangle, maybe. I don't know. Just trade the highs and the lows of the triangle, but this is how I would look at it. I would simply be waiting for a drop back down to that value area low. But let's continue on. Everyone watching this just tilted their face. Shout out to Jay. Yeah, probably. It is true, right? If I just hide this, I'm not lying. This actually does. Maybe I can find a better time frame for it. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, hang on. I'm not lying, guys. I'm not lying. I would never lie. Look at this. There's that hair, right? Maybe his eyes here. That's his nose, mouth, chin, right? Does that not look like I don't know. I'm not an artist. But, does that not look like Trump? Is that a joke? How is that possible? I'm not going to lie. They probably have the power to move price like that too, right? They got enough money to move this thing wherever they want. They have so much money they could draw on the chart with the candles like it's a paintbrush. I mean, that hair is insane. Pretty crazy. Yeah, is that not crazy? Yeah, Al Jr. said, what if his analyst did dump on him purpose like that just to F with him? Yeah, I don't know. Time to put the charts down, Frankie. Shout out to Local 11. It's getting out of hand, guys. This is, yes, his face laying down. Yeah, he's laying sideways, 100%. I wish I could rotate the chart vertically. The forbidden pattern. Guys, this is, you guys know what comes. Oh, all right, we're going to do it. You know what comes after this, right? Right? You got his stomach, and then, I don't know, maybe his pants would be here. Could be a huge pump coming. Could be a massive, massive pump coming. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. You got to finish the body at some point. And I don't know this, but if you asked him, I'm sure he would tell you that he has a very big, he's a large guy. He has a big body, Anyway, let's continue on, guys. We're getting off track. I can't do this anymore, guys. I can't do this. Let's continue. We're trading. We're doing TA, and we're just drawing naughty patterns on the chart. Frankie Candles After Dark is wild. This is insane. Guys. The hair is where he rug pulled everyone. Yeah, shout out to Surfer Boys. Yeah. All right, let's continue on. Did I hear someone say buy the neck? Okay. Continuing on here. Okay, now chat is cooked. Now the Mafia is cooked in the chat. Okay, yeah, smash that like button, guys, if you want Donald Trump to get excited. Okay, now I'm done. Let's continue on here, guys. Let's come back over to Bitcoin and do some, and we'll come back over to the, all right, let's see. So we got the POC. Whoops, we got the POC here. Obviously, short still pretty safe. So we'll see. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Are we going to get the... Yeah, probably going to be noisy if I had to guess. But we'll see. We'll see what happens here. But let's continue on. We took a look at Trump. That's the last time we look at Trump on this channel, guys. We're going to get canceled. Jasmine, let's take a look at Jasmine. Good Lord, guys. Good Lord. Anyway, oh, God, I already told Mrs. Candles. I was like, I don't know if I should do these late streams anymore because it gets a little biggest pump ever. It gets a little dicey. Shout out to Dweb says, Frankie, great guy, smart guy. He knows that I've got a big package. My package is huge. Shout out. Yo, this is crazy, guys. I got to end the stream, guys. I got to get out of here. The FBI is going to be knocking on my door soon. Yeah, Wick, absolutely. His ego is big enough. Trump would probably bump the token on the crotch time frame. I would probably agree with that, brother. I would probably agree with that. But anyway, let's continue on here. Now I'm just seeing faces in the charts, guys. Now I'm just seeing faces in the charts, like nose, mouth. Anyway, let's take a look at Jasmine here. We have not looked at Jasmine in quite some time, and she is getting a bit of a pump to the upside here. So let's pull our volume profiles here. Go ahead and take a look at this one. Boom. Value area low, POC, value area high. Oh, man, Mrs. Candles is going to be mad. She does not feel good, and she's going to be hearing me screaming. We're up late again. Guys. All right, let's take a look. All right, so you're attempting to get back above this value area low. Now, obviously, last time we tried to get above it, we got in, went to the POC, couldn't make it all the way to the value area high, unfortunately. And we do have another range sitting up here. I won't pull it. I'm not going to, extend it or anything just because it's pretty far away still. But technically, you do have this range up here as well. But, yeah, we'll just keep an eye on this, right? So, yeah, to the upside, and we actually have some nice levels here, right? So you have another balance area right down here, right? We gotta rinse what we just looked at, guys. We got to start talking super technicals here. Yeah, liquidity, and order flow. Yeah, we got divergence, point of control, highest volume nodes. We got to start talking real money flow. We gotta clear the sensors here. But anyway, rejecting from the POC right now. Your money flow on the 90-minute is coming into the green. Daily green dot is confirmed, right? Because we just confirmed that. Got about an hour ago, a little less than an hour ago. Shout out to French Toaster. Welcome in, brother. You just got here at the perfect time. Do not go back. Do not scrub back on the stream. Do not. Shout out to Sinkin Toaster says we got two toasters in the chat. Said I came just in time from the looks of things. Yes. Definitely do not scrub back. Please, for the love of God, smash the like button. Do not scrub back. No, French Toaster, stop. Don't do it. Please don't do it, brother. Please. Okay, anyway. Yeah, taking a look at this, I will say, yeah, green dot is confirmed. 80 and 90-minute money flow have crossed over into the green. So, yeah, at this point, right, let's come on down here a little bit more. 45-minute money flow. I'll tell you what. I would be looking. Let me pull a fib here real quick. Remember, guys, always pull your fib in the privacy of your own home. Please, for the love of God, do not do it in public. Yeah, I wish I had. So, yeah, these are the key levels I would look at on Jasmine. So, value area high sitting at 0.038 cents. We are currently rejecting your POC, almost tap that golden pocket perfectly. However, what I will say here is if you cool off, this is kind of similar to Ondo, right? So, if we do wind up, let me pull up Yeah, I don't know if we want to pull back all the way down here to this value area low POC. But yeah, I don't know if we're going to get this would definitely be a key level. You have confluence, POC golden pocket, and then you have the value area low. However, I don't know if I want that deep of a pullback, to be honest with you. I would probably be more excited. I'd be more, I would definitely look at this, right? This is kind of a bigger zone, right? It's like this whole thing is kind of a zone, but golden pocket value area high. These are the levels. Understand that 786 is there, but if you do not just hold this reclaim of the value area low for a push into above the POC and then into the 786, the reason I like this, if we hold the low, is based off of these 45-minute green dot, right? This 45-minute green dot prints. This could give you a bearish divergence that would call of a crack of the highs into the 786 value area high. So, yeah, I don't even know if that would be like, I would put some kind of weight on that, right? Because if that green dot prints, money flow comes back up, could get that bear div. I don't know if you're necessarily going to get it all the way into the 786. Do you have a daily level that's a little bit lower than that 786? This daily might make a little bit more sense as a resistance level. What's the low time frame looking like? Yeah, money flow. It's choppy here, guys. 4-hour red dot printing or about to print with your 15-minute money flow coming out. Your 12-minute money flow is coming out. It's a little bit choppy. But if you did wind up coming in, if you hold this low, put in that higher high into that daily, this could be something to look for if you get that 45-minute green dot. Something like that. Could see that happen. But the key level here, very simply put, is going to be value area low at 0.031. Your POC is, I'll actually label this for you guys. POC sitting at 0.033. Value area low sitting right here. Boom. And then your value area high is sitting up here. And that is, this is going to be resistance. So I'll mark that off. So yeah, this is what I would look at for the most part, right? See if you can get, and like Bitcoin might drag this up as well. So we'll see if that 45-minute green dot prints. Your 30-minute green dot's about to print as well. You could look for the bear div on, yeah, this looks like it might set up for a bear div as well. So I don't know. It's this one's kind of hard to call if I'm being honest. But I do think you might push up locally here. Watch that POC, get above the POC. I'd look for a push into the golden pocket. And maybe even that daily if you can get above the golden pocket. But these would be the key levels I would look at. If you lose the value area low, key level of support down below is going to be the golden pocket value area high. The next key level of support going to be the value area high golden pocket confluence between 0.029 and 0.028. Let's see. Fib offender list sounds serious. Yeah, shout out to French Toaster. You do not want to go on that. I dodged that. I did dodge it because I was trying to enter a trade in the supermarket and I had to pull a fib. I had to pull the fib, guys. But there was someone in the aisle and they were like, they screamed and they ran away and they called the cops and it was a whole thing. But yeah, just don't trade in public, guys. Like just stay at your house, stay at your studio, wherever you trade. Just stay in the privacy of your own home, if anything. But anyway, let's continue on, guys. Let's take a look at XRP real quick. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, Bitcoin pushing up a bit here, pushing up a little bit. Up 314. Have you played Marvel Rivals at all yet? Random question, but I'm curious. Shout out to Kembro. I have not. I actually just saw gameplay of that. I hear everyone talking about it, but what do you call it? I've never really seen gameplay. I saw gameplay of Tim the Tatman playing it the other day. Looks pretty cool. Doesn't look like a game that I would necessarily be very good at. I am a Halo savant. That's about it. I'm kind of like a boomer gamer. I'm not going to lie. I'm just waiting for GTA 6. I play Apex, too, sometimes. I don't really play games that much at all, to be honest. But when I do, I dabble in, like, mindless games. I dabble in, like, just run-and-gun shooters. I'm eating soup for 2 nights in a row, and I blame it on Frankie. Shout out to K Diggity. Guys, I can't believe I'm in the minority of not liking soup. And not that I don't like it. It's just not a huge thing. Yo, shout out to Pennywise. That is crazy, bro. Yo, shout out to Stupid Bitcoin said, watch without sound. Frankie has fast chart skills. I appreciate that, bro. I've been doing it for quite some time. Yeah, it's been a long developed skill. Shout out to Stupid Bitcoin said, demo account trading is like hitting the gym. Just do it. Yeah, it's risk-free. Femex and Blowfin have great demo trading features. There's some weird sound happening right now. But they have great demo trading features, guys, where you could trade risk-free, test out a strategy, play with the bells and whistles of the exchange, right? Before you put in a trade on, X amount of leverage, right? You can actually play with the button, see how your margin affects your leverage or how your leverage affects your position size, whatever it is, right? Just play it around, set your stop losses, mess up on the demo account before you load up the account with real money, right? Let's see. Jen Friend says, respect to you, my friend. Shout out to Jen Friend. I appreciate that, bro. Respect to you back, man. You must be eating the wrong soups, Frankie. Yeah. Tomato soup and French onion I'm pretty much a French onion and tomato soup maxi. Yeah, with the grilled cheese sandwich, Jesse. Absolutely my favorite. There's an entire soup course, people. Soup is important. Shout out to Pennywise. He's actually not wrong. Shout out to Pennywise. What kind of Pennywise, what kind of soup do you like? All right, let's continue on here. So let's take a quick look at XRP. We'll keep an eye here on the price action. Jasmine continuing to push up here. Yeah, value area low, POC. If you hold this, POC would be the next stop. Get above there, put in those bear divs. I'm going to leave these lines on the chart because if we wind up doing that, whoo, baby. Oh, baby, that's going to be nice. But let's see. Let's see. Okay, so let's continue on. Let's take a look at XRP. That's what we're looking at. Let's take a look here. Boom. So XRP still, we looked at this yesterday. XRP still attempting to hold on to this value area low. Attempting to hold on to the value area low. We'll see if we can do it. Red dot printing. I mean, yeah, this is pretty simple analysis. I'm actually not going to spend too much time on this, to be honest with you. Value area low is your key level of support. If you lose the value area low sitting at $3.06, like money flow on the 2-hour trying to cross over into the green, 4-hour red dot incoming, but your money flow is attempting to come up. The daily green dot has been confirmed. Money flow still looking pretty nasty here over on XRP. So I would not be surprised. I'd be careful here. You need this money flow to yeet back up into the green, but it's not really doing that, right? It's just continuing to the downside after that green dot is confirmed. And honestly, when you confirm that green dot, we got a bit of a push up, and that money flow just did not tick up that much. That is not that pretty, in my opinion. But the key levels remain exactly the same here, guys. Let me just see something here as an experiment. I'm going to go ahead and adjust this. So value area low now sitting at $3.04. POC sitting at $3.10. And if we hold this, right, if we're able to hold above this POC, could look for that move into the value area high, just based off your volume profiles. Money flow, yeah, Market Cypher's money flow is a little bit chopped up here, to be honest. I don't know why it's funny. It's like you had a pretty volatile moves here on XRP, but it's either, I mean, you're either like the money flow is calling the move to the dollar, or it is complete. Like sometimes it's like calling other moves to a dollar, and then the on other coins it's completely chopped up, which makes sense because we had some pretty volatile moves here on XRP recently. But yeah, 2-hour money flow coming into the green. The one thing I don't love about XRP here is the money flow coming out on the daily with the high time frame bearish divergences, which are all confirmed now on the 6-day, and the weekly is still printing that red dot. So this is definitely this is definitely going to be a little bit suspicious, in my opinion, on the higher time frames. But locally, these are the key levels. PLC at 310, value area high at 328. And as we know, if you break down, golden pocket was our key level of support. If we get another big breakdown, golden pocket value area low, get stuck in this range, 786 sitting at about 245, and the POC at 240 is your next key level. All these levels still remain the same. I'll even zoom out just a little bit so you guys can see these levels. All right, you can pause the video, 240, 786 at 245. Value area high, and golden pocket between 259 and 265. But other than that, I'd be watching this range, and I wouldn't really be worried until you start losing this value area low. But I would not sleep on these confirmed bearish divergences. But even then, like, you have the money flow coming up pretty nicely here. So, yeah, maybe, in a bull market, these bearish divergences don't always give you gigantic moves to the downside, right? Sometimes you just kind of wiggle around, maybe you get a little washout, and then you continue up. Kind of hard to say. But you want to remember, guys, the bias in a bull market is always going to be for the continuation to the upside when you get big moves down, right? That's why Take a look at a lot of these altcoins. Big move down on Cardano. It's just into a macro golden pocket, right? Oh my God, big move down on Chainlink, right? Like we didn't get it, but at the time, right, we were still in a bull market. When we got it, it's like, oh my God, Chainlink's getting a huge move down. It's into a key Fibonacci zone, right? So, bull market dips are for buying. And unless, again, this 4-year cycle is completely different and everybody gets wrecked and the alt season never happens and we're totally screwed, then, chances are we are still in this bull market. And from a chart perspective, especially on Bitcoin, from a chart perspective, please let it be known there is nothing on this chart that alarms me at all as a technical analyst that there is a bear market incoming. I actually think that, like when people come in and they're like, is this the bear market? Is this the bear market? Is this the bear market? Please, when in doubt, zoom out. This is a massive uptrend. This is a massive bull market. No significant structure has ever been broken. We are just continuously making higher low after higher low after higher low after higher low. Hopefully another higher high, right? So like nothing to worry about here. The market gets dips. The market gets scary. There are shakeouts. Now, obviously, a lot of the altcoins are a little bit scarier, right, with like the bigger drops. But like OP, right? Like OP, like these are massive drops to the downside, obviously. But again, Bitcoin being the market leader, right? These altcoins get chopped up. They dump until Bitcoin winds up going sideways or getting to its big target, consolidating, the Bitcoin dominance drops, and then finally all the altcoins just move super fast, right? They just start 5xing, 10xing to the upside. But until then, it could get very, 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 very scary. There's shakeouts. You just got to be ready for that. Let's see. Shout out to Elon Musk. Let's go. Guys, please stop the chat and listen to Frankie. Shout out to Elon Musk. Let's go, baby. We got the GOAT in the chat. Shout out to Elon. I'm honored to have you here, my friend. Good to see you in here. Imagine we had like Elon Musk in the chat. That'd be crazy. But great being back and alive with y'all. Shout out to Johnny December. Have a good night. Shout out to Johnny. Have a great one. Thank you for being here. And don't forget to smash that like button on your way out. I don't think we hit 1,000 likes, but we're still giving some Solana away to Nikki94 Boo because she guessed that I have a random bottle of mustard on my desk. Which I didn't do for a giveaway. I literally just did that because I had mustard on my desk that I forgot to put back in the fridge. Oh, by the way, can someone let me know? Can I still eat this or is this garbage? This is garbage, I think, right? Shout out to Frankie. Shout out to Gordon. Thank you for being here, bro. Elon coin when? Let's go. Bada boom. Shout out to Alt-Right says there is just zero volume. It's all manipulation, and it feels as if everything can get rugged all at once and will. Shout out to Alt-Right. I mean, hey, listen, as a agnostic trader, I am, I have my opinion, right? I have my bias based off my research and my analysis. But I am always, and I recommend you should always also be open to the idea that you are never going to know 100% where the market goes. As a trader, your job is not to know exactly where the market is going to go 100%, right? It's impossible. The first step to being a trader is understanding that you're going to get it wrong, right? You're not, even if the TA says it's going, you could have 1,000 things pointing in one direction, and you might have probabilities on your side in a big way, but sometimes things are going to look super bullish and things are going to dump, and sometimes things are going to look super bearish and things are going to pump, right? You have to understand that you're not going to know everything, and when it comes to like the cycles, right? Like to me, based off the cycle, based off the market structure, based off everything, there's really no alarming signs here. Right? Unless we wind up printing this monthly bear div and that winds up being the top, there's nothing alarming here at all. Maybe the only alarming thing is that like we've really gone up with like no super crazy, scary black swan shakeout, which isn't guaranteed, but sometimes is the case. So you got to be prepared for those. But things could look good and it could just, everything can get rugged. Who knows, right? But yeah, for me, we're in a bull market until I see something on the chart to prove us wrong. And I will be the first person to let you know the second I see something sketchy on the chart where I'm like, guys, we are breaking a significant low, and this is not looking good. We have crazy bearish signs at the top. This might be the start of the bear market. We did it back in 2021 when we saw the weekly bearish divergence. I didn't have my channel here, but I did have it here, thank God, because we saw the blood diamond on the weekly, as well as the fact that we had the bearish divergence already confirmed with money flow coming out. And as that money flow crossed into the red on the weekly in all of its glory, or came out and crossed over into the red right here in all of its glory. This was at the same time as we had that weekly blood diamond, which shout out to Market Cypher, shout out to Crypto Phase. This is one of the first big things that I looked at on my channel, and I got cooked. I got cooked in the chat, guys. Everyone hated me. I got cooked in the comments. This guy's a moron. He has no idea what he's doing, and it didn't help that it was like one of my first videos, first live streams. But turns out it indeed was that big drop to the downside. So, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. But those signs are typically on the chart, even if you don't snipe the top. When those warning signs are on the chart, I will be the first person to let you know when things are looking a little bit sketchy. But there's nothing like that as of right now, right? So, yeah. But, guys, with all that being said, I think that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. I appreciate everybody for hanging out till the end. What did we do? We did 2 hours and 20 minutes, so we didn't do a full late night stream. But, yeah, I'm not going to probably be able to do that every single night. But, yeah, we'll see. We're just going to vibe a little bit. We're just going to kind of go live until, we'll just kind of, I don't know. We'll play around. We'll play around with it. And maybe we might start doing some, like, random live stream times where we're just going to come up. They're going to be more chill, right? I'm not going to do, like, an altcoin section or anything. We're just going to come up. Maybe I'll be in a trade. Maybe we'll look for trades. Maybe we'll get into a trade. Who knows? But, yeah, maybe we're going to start playing around with some new content here. I don't know when or what it's going to be, but we're going to try to change some stuff up. Like I said, I've been doing this show for 3 years straight with almost 0 changes. Maybe we'll switch up the set. Maybe we'll Tony D, maybe we should blow a bag on a set. Maybe like something crazy, like we'll have like a moving camera or something. I don't know. But anyway, guys, with all, am I still holding the short? Yes. I guess we can check in on that real quick. I have my stop loss slightly in profit here. It's still up 376. I'm going to kind of manage this when I get off the show. But we got that push into the 786. But again, I am going to hold this, and I am still holding along as well, obviously. Bada boom, up about 193. So I'm gonna kind of deal with this off camera. I'll see what happens here. Shorts risk free. I guess technically I'll make like $20 if it gets stopped out. But yeah, we'll see what happens here, guys. And but yeah, still holding both trades, and I'll update you guys, win or lose. I'll update you guys with what happened on those trades tomorrow night on the live stream or on a video if we do a market update. Coming up next, Frankie After Hours, 24-hour chart stream. Shout out to Gordon. Blow up Mrs. Candles on set. Shout out to Red Capital. 2-hour fake out next. Shout out to French Toaster. I don't know, maybe. But yeah, guys, with all that being said, thank you for hanging out with us and sticking around till the end of the stream. Smash that like button on your way out. If you learned something, if we ever helped you in any way, smash that like button, guys. The likes help us out way more than you could possibly imagine. It's the easiest and most free way to support the channel. And yeah, with all that being said, I will see you guys here tomorrow. Same place, same time, right here, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love each and every single one of you. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong!
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the is it? They should have had them 2 bells ready. Spit shine for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, so nobody's into me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in mine, yeah.
Sorry, guys. I like to listen to the music, too. Hey, I'm going to show you guys. You guys want to drop a candle in the chat if you want me to drop that sneak peek of our the live trade I recorded for FOMC yesterday. It was absolute madness. Drop some candles in the chat if you want to see it. We're going to upload it anyway, but maybe we'll do a sneak peek here. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll do a sneak peek here. Let me see if I could pull it up. I don't know if I finished the edit. I think I did. Okay, yeah. I think I got it here. Yeah, candles in the chat if you guys want to see that. Also, Nikki94 Boo, if you're still in here, did you get in touch with Tony D? We got to send you your Solana for guessing that we had mustard on set here. Should we go back to the challenge days, guys, where I just chug this mustard because if we hit a like goal, 1,000 likes, I'll chug this whole bottle of mustard. But anyway, all right, we'll do it. We're gonna do it. We'll show this here. This one is pretty funny, guys. I'm gonna put the headphones on so I can hear it as well. All right, here we go. Hopefully, I didn't leave any like weird stuff in here. This was a 3-hour recording. It took forever for this trade to play out, and we wound up closing it at the end of the live stream last night. Which is hilarious. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump in here and take a look. All right, here we go. Oh God, do I want to expose how much of a lunatic I am? I don't know if I really want to do that. But anyway, I guess we'll upload it anyway. All right, here we go. Sorry, guys. I think you should be able to hear it now. All right, guys, just went long on Bitcoin here. We do have FOMC today, so things are probably going to get pretty aggressive, but we did just get a swing failure pattern of these lows down here. I'm going to see if we can get a little push to the upside here, squeeze some of those short into this value area low, sitting at 102,300, so that'll be our first target for this trade. Stop loss just below the low, so we'll see what happens here and see if we can make some money here on this crazy volatile day that is FOMC. I'm going to eventually target these highs here, but the first target is going to be about 102,300. That'll be the first target I'm looking at. Hang on, guys. Let me call Satoshi. Hang on one second. Come on, bro. Answer your phone. Hey, bro, can you pump Bitcoin real quick? I'm in a long. I know it's FOMC, but just pump it for me. There we go. Thank you. I appreciate you, bro. All right, bye. All right, guys. There we go. Called Satoshi. We pump Bitcoin. Let's get it, baby. Come on, push it. Look at that, guys. We make that call to Satoshi, and Bitcoin pumps. Give me that golden pocket. 1024. That got dicey. Swing failure patterns are one of the best strategies that you could possibly use to trade Bitcoin. Come on, give me that golden pocket, baby. Give it to me. There we go. Let's go. Come on, baby. Up 416. I'm calling Satoshi back, guys. Hey, bro, thank you for that. You brought us to the golden pocket. I love it, but you're going to have to send me to the 786. 786, I'm partial TP, and I'm out. Just give me that 786, please. There we go, Satoshi. Come on, baby. Come on. You created the thing. You can pump it. I know you're fighting Jerome Powell, but you're literally Satoshi, dude. Give me the 786. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Come on, just push it a little more. Tiny bit more, bro. You got it, bro. Thank you. I got to focus here. There it is, baby. There it is. 658, real quick. We only asked for the 786. He's going to give us a little bit more. Liquidity sitting above. Are we going to go take it? We're breaking the 786. Up 1,000. Up 1,300. Let's go. Up 1,300. She is screaming to the upside. Satoshi really outdid himself here, guys. Up 1,400. Come on, baby. Push it. Push it. Let's go, Bitcoin. Up 1,500. Come on, baby. Keep going. 1,600. Don't try this at home, guys. This is for educational purposes only. 1,900. All right, I'm taking some profit off the table there, guys. Quick 750 off the table. Still got 818 unrealized here. Stop loss at break even. This is not for the faint of heart. So we're going to let this thing ride and see what we can get out of her. We got 750 locked in. We're up another almost 800 here unrealized with our stop loss to break even for a guaranteed winning trade in just a few minutes off that one simple swing failure pattern strategy. If you guys want to learn how I trade this strategy, check out my YouTube channel. Or if you want to trade alongside me, check out our premium Discord at frankiecandlestrading.com. And I'll see you guys over there. All right, so we wound up finally getting the final take profit, or we actually took profit just before that final take profit for about $1,700, $1,698 in profit. But it literally took the entire duration. Like, I finished that recording right before I started the live stream, went through the whole live stream, and then hung out for 4 hours on the live stream. And then at the end of the live stream, we hit the target and we were able to take that profit. So yeah, we had to fast forward a lot of that. But yeah, guys, there you go. We're probably going to drop that in a little bit. We now got 3 of these videos ready to go. So we're going to drop them, and if you see them out there and you already saw the sneak peek, please, for the love of God, watch it. Just watch it a second time and smash that like button. Let me know if you guys want to see more of that. And, yeah, with all that being said, I got to get out of here, guys. We're going on 2 hours and 30 minutes, so I got to jump out of here. I think I have Chick-fil-A waiting for me. So shout out to the CandleMafia. Thank you guys for being here, and I will see you tomorrow right here, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's all I got. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong!
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, on a roll.